Hello. Welcome to the stream. It's Jienjien here, representing Shogi Malaysia. Hope you guys are doing well. So today we'll be having a special event. Team Malaysia 2 versus Team USA 4. It'll be an exciting day of Shogi games today, and I'll be joined together with some people with people from the USA team. First of all, ShogiExplained is our co-host for today. He will be streaming on Twitch. You can type in the command exclamation mark co-host to get his Twitch channel link. I think the Twitch bot will send the link soon. And hope you guys are ready today. We will be doing some testing first, and then hopefully have fun in the rest of the time here. Okay. So let's see how is Time Zombie doing. Okay, Time Zombie. Oh wait, I mean ShogiExplained. I got very used to calling Time Zombie ShogiExplained Time Zombie, because ShogiExplained is just his channel. Time Zombie is his other persona. Okay, so let's see here. I will first explain the schedule for today. Okay. First of all, hello. Today we'll have some commentators that will join in Shogi Malaysia versus USA. We have two games today. Unfortunately, my game and Nyroc's game will be played off stream because of scheduling issues. So game one we'll have Jinro versus Xiao Ketang. ShogiExplained will be the host, and I will be also co-hosting this game, and then Shimon will be also joining the commentary as USA 4 captain, and Olivandi as Team USA 5 captain. Team USA has so many players that they have so many teams on the WSL. So first of all, I would also like to explain the WSL. WSL is the World Shogi League, that World Shogi League tournament that is held every year, and many teams from many countries also join to participate in this tournament, and we play our games in a span of few months. The season starts every March and then goes into almost I think December, and then we have the winners chosen after the season ends. So the top two of each division will promote to the next division. Team Malaysia is currently at Division D. We hope to win this year's top two. If we can, we will try. We'll certainly try our best. So the top two will only the top two will promote to the next season, and they are total to the next division, and there are total 5 divisions today this year: A, B, C, D, E. Team Malaysia 2 is in Division D. We have Team Malaysia 1 in Division B. They are very strong as well, very strong chess players, and I hope they will continue doing their best. We'll cover some of their games maybe in the next few months. And then we have game 2, Simon and Shuriao, same thing, but Synchro will be also joining us after game 1. Yeah. And then this is the poster that we made. Oh, you can't see Time Zombie Shogi Explained here. Yeah, so it's Team Malaysia 2 versus Team America, and the date is today. I hope you guys will enjoy the games here. And from Team USA we have Nyroc as the first board. Heya heya heya, Verdin, hello. Nyroc is the first board, and unfortunately our games will be played off stream. I was hoping to play it on stream, but too bad. Yeah, and then on the second board we have Jinro, which is the Migyoku, oops, a typo error there, Migyoku specialist, and then Seimer, their unknown box boy from God knows where, is an all-rounder, very mysterious guy. And from Team Malaysia we have me as the first board. I'm a 4-hour player, and we have Xiao, which is also the second board. He's the all-rounder of the team. He likes to study Joseki. And lastly we have Shuyao, who is a study root player. Very quite strong for he just started Shogi I think last year and shown tremendous growth towards the last few months, and he's actually the winner for this season's 22 Showdown, and that is a very amazing feat. So yeah, this is a bit about showcase. Not the, actually this slide is not made by me, but so we have Shogi Explained, who will be joining us today as our co-host. We are co-hosting the stream today, so he will be streaming on Twitch. If you the bot didn't show that, it's okay. Let me fix it, try and fix it. Let me see if I can fix it. The bot co-host, yeah, it should be running, but not sure why. Wait, this is YouTube, right? Oh, I saved it in the wrong call. Okay. Wait, no, it's okay. Sorry, it's okay. Yeah. So Shogi Explained is the vice captain for USA 3. Yeah, undefined. Yeah, okay. They want me there. Okay, let's stop the music and let's join them because they are ready. Okay.
Is the team captain of Malaysia too, and was also, I think, the team captain last year. It looked for a while like Malaysia could have been a top contender for winning Division D last year. But now, even though they have a stronger team than they did last year, all the other teams have also been getting stronger, and Division D was split up into a Division D and a Division E, which means that all of the, I don't want to say free points, but all of the easier teams that you could hope would boost your score are not going to be in the league, and every single round is going to be an intense fight. And once we get Jienjien on, you'll be able to see the hardships that Jienjien and friends have had to deal with over the last couple of rounds this season so far. So while we are waiting for him, for anyone watching the VOD, you do not see this at all, but we do this stuff live, and people can chat on the stream and we can keep up with it. And sometimes I'll be taking questions from chat. So For instance, it was pointed out to me that Migi Gyoku was spelled Migi Yoku, so I'm very glad that they were able to correct things for me. And in addition, we have Shyman in the chat as well, I think. So let's just go ahead and bring him in and Jienjien while we wait for Jienjien to come in. So let's go ahead. I'm going to move Shyman in. Shyman, go ahead and introduce yourself, Shyman. Hello, you're live.
Hi, everybody. My name's Shyman. I'm the captain of Team 4, and I am the first Tornado Showdown winner, and that's pretty much my claim to Shogi fame.
Yes. And in addition to that, we also have Olivandi here. Olivandi, are you there? Maybe they're not here.
Hello.
Hello. Oli, can you introduce yourself and tell us your significance to Team USA in the World Shogi League?
Yes, so I am the captain of USA Team 5, which is the new team in Division E. And yeah, so I've played most of the people from USA 4 and Malaysia 2 before as well.
Okay. And Jienjien, are you there yet?
Hello, I'm here.
Yay!
Yes, I was here a long time ago, but I wanted you to finish what you're saying.
Okay, well, there you go. There's your special slide. That's Jienjien.
Ah, yes, thank you very much. And then I have you on scene as well in my stream.
Oh, excellent, excellent. So, what I wanted to talk about was the significance of this match. What has Malaysia faced up until now? So you have played all 3 of the rounds so far.
Yes.
And you have pretty good results. You didn't lose anything, like three games in a row or anything, and you actually won one of the rounds. But the first 2 rounds, it looks like you weren't able to quite clinch it how you thought.
Yes.
And something that I really want to point out is that even though you have some weaker players on the team, your team actually has the strongest player in the entire division and one of the strongest players in the league, which is incredible. I can bring up that board lineup over here. So that's 26Z.
Yes.
Right? Is your top board. He's 5 done. And then you have the next players, which are all like the Q players, which are still relatively good. They're still tournament ready to go into the World Shogi League. At least I think you would agree.
Yes. Sorry, I was
yes,
not really listening.
So
sorry.
This is an opportunity for you to just mention who is on your squad list. Who are these people? We know about Jienjien, Seokatan, and Shuyo a little bit, but you can also mention 26C and Jack 8424.
So all these players I found from promoting shogi in Malaysia, and then these are the ones that stick around the longest. And when I asked who wants to join the WSL team this year, and then they all said they're interested to join. Yeah, 26Z is like a like a gold mine. We didn't really expect to get a 5 down to join our team.
I have never in my wildest dreams imagined that I would randomly be able to recruit a 5 dan with my shogi promotion efforts.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to find someone who just knows the rules of the game. So the best I could get was Shyman. that was the best that I could get in person. But Shyman's no 5 dan, unfortunately. He's got better things to do than to become that strong. But in addition to that, so basically you've got a nuclear bomb that you can launch on your opponents whenever you want.
Just, I need to key in the launch codes first, yeah. But yes, I have a nuclear bomb.
at the same time, not only do you have one of the strongest players in the entire league as your top board, you also have one of the most underrated players in the entire league as well. And that would be Shuyal, who is probably known more popularly by their moniker Chrono.
Yes,
And
Chrono.
what did they do?
Chrono. Okay, so Chrono is also a person I found during Shogi promotion, and then he found the Discord link for the Shogi Malaysia's team. And starting out, he has great calculation skills, so I gave him a bunch of some shogi, and he really improved his shogi games through a span of few months.
Yes, and he
recently, he recently did so well that he won the current season's Tourney to Showdown.
So it was Tourney to Showdown, not Tourney to Jozu. That's even more impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, every single person who wins Tourney to Showdown is basically like has to be 1 Dan strength or maybe a little bit stronger in order to be able to put that performance. He didn't lose a single game, I think. Is that correct?
If I'm not mistaken, yes, he didn't lose a single game. Maybe Shogi Harbour can confirm that.
Yeah, that's correct. I can also confirm that.
I don't. Has that been done before? I don't know if that's been done before. I don't know if there's been a perfect victory before.
I think Mikal. Wait, was it Mikal that won the last few seasons? I think there was a one with straight wins. Not sure who.
I don't think it would be unusual, but each time it is super impressive.
Yeah.
So I'm very impressed that you can make it all that time without getting a single loss, because it is a very long tournament.
Yes.
There's 9 rounds? Is that how it's many rounds?
There's 9 rounds, yes.
Yeah. So what I would like to do is quickly look at the rounds that you had here. So now that we know I'm sorry, I skipped over someone. I skipped over a someone that we might know here. Who is this jienjien guy?
Jienjien. Wait, what?
Yeah. Yeah, who is jienjien?
What
I was
do you
looking
mean?
at the squad. The squad list. Who is?
Jienjien is me.
And
It's
yeah,
me.
Jienjien is you.
Yeah.
Yes, and why are you the captain of Shogi Malaysia?
Why am I the captain? No,
Yes.
I'm the captain of Shogi Malaysia Team 2. Team 1, we have a Team 1 in Division B. It's they have a different captain.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just part of the junior team then.
Yes.
And this is a team that you formed on your own, or is this more of a wider reaching effort where you're coordinating with multiple teams, like what we're doing with the USA, where we're kind of like, a giant quasi super team?
We do communicate in we have a special group on Facebook, and we do communicate amongst ourselves, but they are generally quite busy with their life, so they are only like contact them whenever necessary, something kind of thing.
Okay, and
Yeah.
then Jack 8424 is, you said, is a new player.
Yeah, he's a new player, and he is also one of the more active players in Malaysia. So that's
really good.
Yeah, we asked him to join the team as a backup.
So those are worth their weight in gold. A very motivated bottom board could turn into the most powerful player by the end of the season.
Yeah, we
maybe
hope
not
so.
In this case, maybe not beating 26Z, but they could be like 1Q easily. I've seen many teams do that. So it doesn't take long for them to start getting dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, Xiao, who we have not covered yet.
Oh yeah, Xiao. Xiao is a very rare gem in my opinion. He also joined recently. He started shogi longer than me, but he took a very long break as well, and then came back last year. and then he found Shogi Malaysia Discord, yeah, through my promotion, and then we got together, and then we went to few IRL meetups, and then I even went to his house to play Shogi. Visited his house in Johor. And
Oh, that's amazing.
yeah,
That you live in a country small enough that you can all visit each other.
yeah, it's just a few hours drive, and I was on the way back to my state, and I decided to stop by. And then yeah, I met with 26Z, I met with Xiao, I met with Shu Yao. It was fun times. And Xiao is a really studious player. He really studies Josekis. He likes to study his opponent. He likes to do computer analysis of games that he played and other people's played. He's a really hardworking player.
And it seems like he also understands enough Japanese that he's able to access the latest resources and look at the latest Joseki, which is very impressive.
Maybe, yeah. I would say yes. He can understand some of the words in Japanese. Yeah, he can probably
Shogi
read
notation.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Shogi notation. Yes.
That's reading Japanese, technically. Okay, so we just met your team really quick, and what did Malaysia 2 have to go through really quickly in rounds 1, 2, and 3 leading up here?
1, 2, and 3. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. First round was meeting with Japan 3.
You unleashed your nuclear bomb.
Yes.
Round 1.
At the time, 26C was still free and not doing anything, so he can play during the first round. Because at that time, it was the school holidays.
Does Malaysia have anything like summer vacation?
We have holidays in the end of the year, and our school syllabus has been changed a bit. So nowadays, the students start later in the February.
So at any point, we don't know when, a 26Z could be, based on availability, unleashed onto the team.
Yes,
like, they don't know.
Be careful. Future teams, you never know when you get the nuclear bomb.
You could get sandwiched in between a 5-dan and a tourney to showdown winner.
Yes.
That's really tough. Like that's almost impossible to face in Division D. These teams are getting a lot harder.
Yeah. And then that round didn't work out for you though, even though you unleashed your nuclear bomb. Yes.
Fortunately,
at the time, me and Xiao were still quite new, and we were paired up with 2 Qs and 1 dance. Rodriguez is quite a strong player. Komahachi, I'm not so sure.
Yes, and then the next round was against Guatemala, and they are an amazing team. Skykeeper is an amazing player, and last year they were a pretty good team, but unfortunately, the 2 bottom boards just weren't quite there enough to clinch a top spot. But they gave us the most trouble last year, and this year they actually beat the USA team.
3-0.
And it looks like they beat you too.
Yeah, they beat us, but we have our bottom board standing ground very strongly. Clinch 1 point for us in the end.
Yeah, that's important for tie breaks. So it's definitely still worth playing those, even if you don't get the win. You can still get better tie breaks.
Yes,
and that can be the difference between promotion or demotion, or promoting and not promoting, or demoting and not demoting, not promotion and demotion. You know what I mean? And
in the third round.
But I'm impressed that you were able to win a game off of them though. So you have your honor. But in round 3, you got your first win against New Zealand, and you actually went up against someone whose max rating was 1650, which is a very strong 1-dan.
1-dan player, yes. That game was quite challenging for me as well.
Yeah, and you managed to win it, which is really amazing. So you never know what you're going to get with Jen. You could get a situation where you go crazy and you give me pieces like you do on my streams.
Yes.
Or you could get a total killer who can take down anyone in the right circumstances. And it turns out that your win was the decisive win. If you did not win that game, you would not have won that round.
That was
So
a
you
very
really clutched
important
it out.
win.
And the new player, Jack8424, also came through with the win. Their first time playing, they come through. You'll love to see that.
We really relied on Jack to to clinch this round. Because Xiao did his best. He just couldn't get the win on the round 3. But Jack came in clinch.
So your total number of points are actually, you've got 1, 2, so you've got 4, a score of 4.
4 points.
And 1 out of 3 points. So so match points. One match point. But it's still early enough in the tournament that you could still get a first or second place finish and promote to the next league with your current score. And
yes.
But this is that point where if you lose this game, it's going to be harder to get back. You're going to have to start winning more games. So I hope that you're feeling really confident that you could turn it around.
Yeah, we hope to win all the other games. We'll try our best.
I hope that you win all of your other rounds except for this one.
Okay.
I'm a little biased.
You're biased? Okay, little biased. So
and
how...
now that we've covered what Malaysia's gone through so far, you can get whatever last remarks that you want, but then I would like to turn to Shimon and the captain of the USA 4, and then hopefully we can get the words from the players before they start their game.
Yeah, I just want to remind you we are 10 minutes in, 8 o'clock.
Yes. I'm trying to hurry this up, but unfortunately we started late, so we're actually I didn't leave any room for error, unfortunately.
True, me neither. So let's get on with it.
Okay, so Shimon, you are the captain of USA 4, and you have had a little bit of a rough start with the round 1, but then had a really nice recovery with round 2. How is your feeling for how things are going with USA 4 for the season, and who are we seeing right now in the squad list? We've actually got a pretty big team, 6 people.
Yeah, we ran into the Guatemala meat grinder. They seem to be the top team in Division D at the moment. Skykeeper in particular is very, very strong on that team, and their second and third boards are incredible as well. But other than that, it's been going very smooth. We had a bye right on the month that literally all my players were like, I can't play this month. And so that worked out very well.
Nyroc moved to Japan. That would have been a bad time for him to play.
We had Nyroc, we had school, we had work-related issues just for about everybody on the team. But now it seems to be that everybody's settled down in their locations or jobs or education, as it seems. As our board list, I'm really blessed on this squad to have basically 6 people who all could be board 1 for us. And,
wow.
We're basically all the same strength at this point. We all hover around that 1 dot mark, give or take a few rating points.
Which is
obviously we have
it's really incredible because you guys didn't start that way. It's just over the past few months that you went from the sort of the mid queues to some of the lower boards seem to bump up themselves up in strength, and I think that your captaining might have something to do with it. Well, aside from their natural talent and motivation, you're a great captain.
Oh, that's that's far overstated, but we've got a very talented group of players. Certainly, let's starting at the top. Nyroc, very motivated. Everybody knows him from his content creation. Jinro, also a very, very strong player. Me and him are both the Bishop Exchange specialists on the squad, although he plays the right-hand king. Although I've been learning right-hand king in self-defense against him. Samura, who we'll see later today, also a very late addition, but an extremely strong player. A swell fellow, also another streamer, who had performed very well last round and also has been working on his game a good deal. And then Orestes, he is Nyroc's friend, and he was the lowest rated member of the squad as I was making the first 3 boards for the first round. He came to me and said, "Hey, we're going to, I really want to play. I've been working on my game a lot." And all of a sudden he shows up and he's 1 on strength, like 300 points underrated. And it's like, oh, so okay, here you go.
Yes. In fact, just some insider knowledge here. Your boards 5 and 6 are the holy grails of who you want to have on this team. A swell fellow is a very, very strong chess player, like chess master level strength. So they've got the god tier calculation, which really, really matters in shogi. So he literally says his strategy is just climb silver and then calculate. That's it. That's
Yeah,
all. That's his whole plan. It works.
At least a few of us have come from chess backgrounds, which seems to be the USA sort of trick of turning chess players into shogi players and jump starting that process.
It's a good strategy. And then Orestes was really underrated because he was exclusively like an offline player and got really good offline playing over the board with Nyroc and was about even with Nyroc and then just never played online. So the rating that he had was from like, a year and a half ago when he like played a few random games when he first learned. And then so he ended up not catching up with his real rating until he was already on the squad list, I think.
That is correct. That is absolutely. He is, in terms of calculations, he is second to none on this team, I would say, in terms of his calculation accuracy. I wouldn't even be confident myself in let's say, a puzzle contest against him.
Nice. And other than that, you had the round 3 bye, so you don't really have many games that you can reference. But you had a straight 3-0 win on round 2, and in round 1, you almost beat Guatemala. Unfortunately, you basically put your hopes and dreams on the Jinro and Orestes wins on the bottom 2 boards, and Jinro is used his god tier calculation to try to win the game, but unfortunately, Ghost Stone also is extremely good at Sumishogi, and Jinro choked him Byoyomi and managed to self-mate and just didn't see it and missed a win. So it was a very tragic.
It was a well-fought game. Ghost Stone certainly played extremely well in that game, and if you've seen his other 2 rounds after round 1 against us, Ghost Stone has also played extremely well. Guatemala is just looking like the favorites to take a clean sweep in Division D this year. I would be extremely shocked if anybody could stop them. Maybe if Jen pulls out 26Z against Skykeeper, but yeah,
I would say Guatemala is a favorite to promote for sure. I still hope that the U.S. can turn things around, and well, I mean, they only lost one by one game, but there's still plenty of room for you to be able to play, and win the whole thing.
First step is beating Jen's team here. So
yes, that is the first step. So here we have it: USA 4 versus Malaysia 2. The first time that the U.S. and Malaysia have faced USA 2, any U.S. team and Malaysia 2 have faced off against each other in a team tournament like this. And what we are seeing right now is the first game between Xiao and Jinro. They have played unofficially, mostly unrated games, a total of, I believe, 12 times. And right now, Jinro has a lead on Sho by 6 games. So it's an overwhelming advantage. But you see that even though Sho is a little bit of an underdog here, they did manage to win 3 out. It's 3-9. So they show that they can actually take out Jinro if it matters. And more importantly, Sho is a really hard worker, and when you have the entire month to prepare against your opponent, that can make a huge difference, and that can really limit the skill gap that you have between players. So I believe that Jinro and Sho are in chat right now. Do you get? Hopefully you can unmute yourselves. Would you like to introduce yourself really quick?
Yeah.
And tell us how you're feeling.
I think Xiao can start first.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Xiao.
Hello,
We
can
can
you
hear
me?
you. Yes, we
Okay,
can hear
okay. Yeah, I feel a bit nervous and how to say. Gino is a very strong player in my opinions, especially when he played the Millennium, which is a 4 general caster. It's a very solid strategy that always gives me a very hard time to break through it. Yes. And his endgame is very strong as well. So when I play against his Migyoku, yes, it always give me a very hard time to find a way to checkmate his king.
He's a very, very tough opponent. I always have trouble against him. I'm scared of his reading ability, actually. Jinro, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm also feeling pretty nervous. Sio is a very, very solid player, and I have a really bad habit of like desperation. So I'm trying to reel myself in for this game, trying to play solidly as well, and hope for the best.
One thing I would like
Really
to
good.
chime in is that Xiao did a lot of castle breaking Tetsujis against Migyoku, so be careful, Zinyo.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's
because
really nice.
we bought the book
Yes.
with about castle breaking, and specifically there was a whole chapter of castle breaking for Migyoku.
That's really nice.
I hope it will.
I
it
really
will-
need that.
I hope it will help Xiao in this game later.
Okay,
Oh.
so now that we have successfully brought the players in to intimidate both of them, now you guys have to play.
Okay.
And we can get starting with the commentary. So go ahead and join, and we can switch over to the special study that we have, and we can do where we can do our normal commentary. And right now, this is a different format than what we normally have. I can go ahead and switch over to it. You can see here that everyone who is a commentator is in the chat right now. Hopefully, it all fits in the same spot.
Oh, it doesn't fit for you.
It doesn't fit for me. Oh, is that not everyone?
Yeah, you.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Xiao
5,
is
6, 7. I'm
being
missing.
cut.
Oh
Xiao is
no!
cut.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay, you know what? I can fix that. I can fix that.
Just resize it times of it.
Yeah. No. I'll just change the font. Anyways, whenever I talk or someone else talks, you'll see it light up. So even though we have all these different people who are commentating, you're going to be able to tell who's talking. That was one of the biggest complaints that I have from previous streams. So we tried really hard to make it work. And I believe, Jen, you also have this set up on your stream as well.
Yes.
I have a question. Should I leave this chat room?
Actually,
yes.
Yes, you should leave the chat room.
You can
or
go
actually,
to the
or
on-screen.
no, actually,
on-stream.
we can deafen you. Actually, we can force deafen you, so you actually don't have to leave.
Oh, I think I can leave. Yes, no problem.
So yeah,
And just now I accidentally mute others.
Okay.
So I hope I didn't overlay your voice just now.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
okay.
I will leave
Okay.
it now.
Okay, yeah. So you can rejoin when the game is over.
So, Shogi explained we haven't. I I don't know what to say. We need someone to input the moves for us, I think.
Yes.
Right.
So I'm going to start doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be doing that,
Can
and
do it
then
if you want.
oh, you can do it. Oh,
Yeah.
that's fantastic.
Oh yeah, we
So-
totally forgot to introduce Karol. Did you
you're-
introduce Karol to that?
Oh, so no. So the plan was for her to do the
second game.
Second game. Like
Yes.
I would have done a big introduction in the beginning, but I have like her slides right at the end, so I
just skip through it
So,
and then bring
yes.
it forward.
I could
Okay,
do that.
It's okay. Just skip it. Skip it.
No.
The
Okay.
game.
No, I
sure.
mean,
Well,
I
you'll
mean,
have the
not
ep- you'll
skip
have the
it, like
epic
bring it
introduction
forward. Bring her forward.
Wait.
I have
Lil-
with 5 moves behind, right?
yes, 5 moves
Okay.
behind. Although Lily said that she would volunteer to
It's okay.
do it.
I'm sitting here anyway.
Yes, you have professional experience with this sort of thing.
Oh yes.
For some
Yeah,
reason,
for title
Karolina's
matches.
mic is quite low.
Yes,
Yeah, it
she's
is
using a
that.
different mic than normal. If you can boost the gain somehow on your side, that would probably help us.
This is maximum, I believe.
It's okay. Then I have
I can
to
use the headset mic if you prefer, but I believe this one is better quality, so
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. And after all that, we are.
They've started, by the way. They're
They have
about
started. Okay, so we
7
have.
moves in.
So the rules for commentating are that we cannot commentate on the most recent 5 moves that are occurring in the game, and we also cannot mention any variations that still work in the current position. So we need to be careful about what we say, but mostly it's just the most recent five moves. And the reason for this is because if the players were somehow were watching our commentary and got hints from us, we make human moves, with not like engine moves, which are much easier to detect for cheating. So it goes the logic.
So one thing I want to confirm is Jinro Sente or Gote? Oh, Xiao is Sente, so it's perfect.
Jinro is Gote, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so what are we looking at so far? They've was this all played in quick succession? We don't get to see the timestamps for all their moves.
Yeah, it was pretty rapid.
So it sounds like they've been doing some preparation, and the fact that you said that Jen, that Xiao was practicing castle breaking is really nice, because I think that is one of the better ways to try to prepare in these games, rather than try to focus all on Joseki, which he seems to be focused more on in the past.
So Xiao is playing 4-file rook, which is our common hobby, so to say.
And Jinro against 4th file rook usually goes for a Millennium Castle style
Yeah,
setup.
very strong castle.
Okay, so whenever you guys want, you can actually draw arrows on here, and actually, Shogi Harbour, if you want to not have,
Yes.
if you want to not have all the moves automatically force our screens to the latest position, can you uncheck the sync button? It should still update the moves, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I unsynced. Now I played a move.
It's still
so
synced.
So now if I go back, I think if I'm not in the latest move, maybe. So now if she adds moves.
Yeah, I think you can unsync and.
Oh, I unsync. Okay,
Yes.
so actually, maybe it's you stay synced and I unsync. Maybe that's what.
I mean,
No, I
think
do
all-
want
it
I
says
do want to be
all
synced.
sync members remain on the same position, so you have to unsync. I believe.
Yeah, true. That is the way.
Wait. So if you're unsynced and you add a move,
She
it
cannot.
still
Okay.
syncs.
I mean, I have to wait for a move to be played to try it out, but
Okay, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. If you are unsynced and then you add a move, then it will add the variations in, but it won't force the position to the latest move.
so I'm synced and I played a move, and it says sync in red colored number 1.
Okay.
Now it shows number 2, so it shows perhaps 2 people that are being synced.
No, that's how many moves that are played without syncing.
Yes, it's how many moves have played without sync. So then that seems to be working. Okay, so who is
someone
moving?
Moving pieces
Oh,
because
sorry.
you jumped to 6 in that case.
So that's you.
That was
Okay,
me. That was me.
So it is working how I expect.
Face palm. This is our first time. First
So
to one of the first to many future streams. Shogi explain.
Hey, it's important experiment. Come on.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we're seeing a pretty standard fourth file rook game so far versus the Millennium Castle. Unlike the sort of boat castle Joseki's, this tends to be a more slow game, more positional maneuvering. Occasionally you'll see this rook swing over to the second file as well. But both castles are very strong. High Mino is obviously quite good from the side, as is Millennium Castle. So a quick attack is unlikely to succeed by either player here.
They just spent the first move where there was more than 1 minute for a player at move 36. So which is five moves from now. So it'll be a little while before we get that update. But it looks like every single move that they had up until 36, they were playing all within 30 seconds.
Yeah, one of the nice things about these sort of Joseki's where it's a more setup-based, more castle-based strategy where you're not trying to launch a quick attack is the moves can come very naturally because for a large part you don't actually care too much what your opponent is doing. You're just focusing on getting yours set up. Particularly fourth file rook can sort of play that way where they move the fourth file rook, defend the eighth file, and then just set up a Mino castle. And wait for the counterattack.
Oh, by the way, did we want to make this study public or unlisted or something like that so other people can watch what we're doing live?
It is invite only, but I can change
only?
it to public.
Yeah, because on my stream at least, I'm doing something different. I'm using the kanji pieces, and there have been a number of new players.
Okay,
who have been
so
joining
I
us.
have posted the study link on your chat.
Yes, so anyone who is watching this and is wanting to follow along without having to read all the kanji, if you go to the livestream.org study, you can select your own pieces that you want, that you're comfortable with, and you can follow along with the moves on your own screens without having to be confused by what's on the screen. So sorry, you can continue. I just wanted to get that out of the way.
And chat viewers, if you want to get your predictions in with the channel points, you have about 15 or so seconds left to do so.
It's actually pretty
it's
evenly
over.
matched. It's all. Yep, it's over now.
Oh darn! I was gonna try.
58% went for Xiao and 42% went for Jinro. That's amazing. People are putting a lot of faith into Xiao's preparation.
Yeah, people like the underdog, right? In every matchup.
Yes, indeed.
So everyone is rooting for Xiao. I hope he can clinch this game from Team USA. So time zone. What time is it there? It's quite early there, right? Have you had your breakfast?
I have not had my breakfast, and I have not slept yet.
Oh my god! Yes, such dedication from Time Zombie, and making this happen.
Well, thank you actually for doing all of the commentary and making all of these different images.
Thank you, thank you.
And yeah, I mean, you mentioned breakfast. I probably should be getting food at some point. I think that eating is really important for keeping your energy and mental awareness up.
Speaking of which, I think we have prepared some breakfast suji for the viewers.
I think you sent me that. If we look over here, you can see on the screen that our players actually sent us their favorite breakfast items, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and many of you might not know, but Shyman used to be a professional chef. So if you look at the stream currently, you'll see Jinro's favorite breakfast item, which is apparently dorayaki. So, Shyman, what is your professional opinion on the quality of his breakfast choice?
I mean, it's like filled pancakes. What's not to love?
Pancakes with red bean at the center. So you get 2 pancakes and a side of red beans paste.
I've never had dorayaki, actually. I should go get some.
Interesting thing to note about pancakes is that it's the one food that was independently invented by every single culture on Earth.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Wow.
It's just flour and water, and then right?
And you cook it on a pan. This is I mean, it's not surprising, but it is sort of that every single culture has a pancake.
Not very surprising.
And in addition, Xiao also sent their favorite breakfast item, right?
Yeah.
But it wasn't really a breakfast item, which I thought was unusual. Is this a normal breakfast item in Malaysia?
This is a normal breakfast item in Malaysia because Malaysia has multiple races like the USA, and then we have Indians, Chinese, Malays, mostly Malays. But we do enjoy each other races foods, and then one of the most popular foods are roti canai here, or Indian flatbread, eaten with the dal curry sauce, and then sambal. Sambal is like a chili sauce.
Oh, that's interesting.
And then there are quite a few
Is Indian flatbread kind of like a pancake? If you think about it?
Yeah, it's still made of flour, and it's made of flour, and then you have different variations of it. Like you can put eggs on it, you can put sardines in it, you can put even bananas and chocolate, and people like to put sugar in it as well.
This is an interesting choice, actually. I don't know what I would prefer. Like, if I were to get food right now, would I want the dorayaki or would I want the roti canai, the Indian flatbread?
Roti canai, yeah.
Roti canai.
Yeah. Without the H, I think. So canai, without canai, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're correct on that.
So it's just roti then.
Yeah, but people just call it roti.
Okay, so Shyman, your opinion on the Indian flatbread as a breakfast item?
Both extremely strong starts. You've got carbohydrates, which will facilitate, brain function. That's what you burn first when you're in a long match. So good choices by both.
So it's a tie then. Interesting.
Yep, one is a little bit spicy.
Yeah, because you have this sauce.
So if you're not used to that, I could imagine someone's stomach getting a little upset from such a breakfast. But if you've got the spice fortified stomach, then I think that's a fine breakfast.
Does anyone else in the chat have any opinions? Like, what would you want to eat right now out of the two?
The roti canai looks fantastic to me. I'd love to try that.
It does look really, because I actually think I've had sweet bean, like pastries before for a breakfast item, but I don't think I've had Indian flatbread for a breakfast item.
Come
you
to
know
Malaysia
what?
and then you can.
We should make a poll for the chat.
Make a poll.
What's for breakfast? yeah. We can find chat's opinion on this. Is it the roti canai, or is it the dorayaki? Is that what it was?
Yeah, dorayaki.
Dorayaki, yes, dorayaki. Okay, you've got 5 minutes to tell us your thoughts on what is the better breakfast item, or at least what you would want for breakfast right now. So now that we have gotten me sufficiently hungry and jealous of their breakfasts, we can go back to the game. There's been some action that has occurred the last few moves. We're finally have reached up to about move 36. I think we're just at move 35. This is around the point where they started using up lots of time. And is this, in your guys' opinion, a good time to be using up lots of time, or is this a point where they should know better?
Absolutely. This is when you really need to be careful. He's moved his rook over to the third file, which is usually I see that swing over to the second file to more directly oppose the rook, but he has moved his bishop back. He might be eyeing to contest this bishop by putting it up here. You can imagine if a trade here, you can quickly make a silver crown almost sort of naturally by saving a tempo would be one idea that I was thinking of.
Yeah, because normally this square is contested by the bishop, right? So Xiao cannot directly push the pawn. So with tempo, he can kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Yeah, and there are potential drop weaknesses in the camp, particularly this square that's not covered by any piece at the moment. So potentially in the future, obviously it's not working right now as a drop, but if you exchange bishops, this would be a square to eye in the future. And it looks like on Jinro's side of things, he's got his normal pawn set up for a kind of a rapid advancing or climbing silver strategy here. Although with this bishop move here, this silver could also reinforce the bishop on the 5th file as well.
That could be a little dangerous with blocking in some of the bishop's escape there. So need to be careful with that.
Just depends on where exactly the board. The bishop's head obviously is defended by the knight currently, which is one of the nice features of the Millennium Castle as well. So
right.
Kind of hard to reach that bishop. It's a little bit, even though it's slightly inflexible, it's on a very powerful diagonals and a little bit harder to attack than you would initially think.
Though with this high Mino, it's good to bring up the knight anyways, right? For high Minos.
You can, yes. That's one of the more common developments for that knight. Much for the same reasons as Millennium Castle does it.
Mm-hmm.
How do I erase these arrows on here, guys?
Left
You
click.
can just left click. Just left click.
Okay.
I've Thanos snapped them for you. No worries, Shaman. I got you.
I'm always so bad at League Shogi interfaces.
If anyone on stream can tell me how my volume is balanced with the voice chat, please let me know.
Yeah, me too. Because I've been trying to balance the voice chat as well on my stream, but to no avail.
Yeah, I received some feedback that the Discord mic is a lot better than Twitch. And I think that might be because of the volume levels. So I'm adjusting it. Is it okay, guys? Lots of people commentating about the food.
I think it's almost time for the vote, right? The poll.
Yeah,
and looks like
it's about ready to finish.
the results are interesting.
Okay, I can actually turn Shyman down because Shogi Harbour is actually really quiet.
Yeah.
Oh, Shyman's actually too loud. That's why.
Apologies.
I mean, I set your volume too loud. I set everyone to 200% for some reason, except for the people who I actually care about.
You what?
Oh wow, wow.
Okay,
Wow.
that came out wrong. That came out completely wrong.
That's not what you
the
say on
peop-
stream.
No, I meant that I just for some reason set everyone to 200% rather than the people who have weak mics. Good
Okay,
save. Good
okay.
save. Good save, right? That was a good save.
I don't know.
I hope it was.
Oh my god. Oh,
Oh, interesting.
I think in this position it's quite hard to decide what to play. So the edge
Right,
pawn is
yeah.
a good passing moves, I think.
Right.
Also,
It's kind of weird because you guys are seeing it this like not live, so the moves that they're thinking about is 5 moves from now on, right?
oh, I see.
Yes.
So it's a bit weird.
Right.
Yeah,
This
he's
was-
meant to long move in the future here.
Right. This was move 36 though, so that was one that they spent a long time thinking about.
Yes, that's the
Okay.
move I was talking about.
but-
Yeah, when in doubt, push the edge pawn is usually a good.
Yeah.
It's not a shogi proper, but it might as well be, right? And here on move 37, we see the start of the game. Really, here, this is the first attack, which is a pawn sacrifice for the moment, at least. That is an actual shogi proper. Start the attack with a pawn sacrifice. That's not a quip, but an actual good proverb. I'm not entirely sure I see the point of this one though immediately though. Does anybody have any ideas?
Maybe luring the bishop to take and then moving the silver up for tempo.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
what if he
sure.
just takes with the pawn himself?
Takes with the pawn and then... Yeah, I don't see any continuations either. It's not really clear what Xiao's plan is.
Maybe swing the rook to the center, but that seems odd too.
Seems like we just took a tempo to move it to the third rank,
Right.
but we could. I mean, there is a little bit in these very slow games sometimes a battle of losing tempos to try and induce the first attack, because sometimes that can lead to weaknesses. Usually you see that in like a bishop exchange shoseki. A lot of times you'll find both sides sort of unwilling to make the first committal move. But in fourth file rook, it's usually the static rook player who commits to the attack first, and usually on the rook side, not in the center like this. So this is a little bit unusual to me. And even if we have, bishop takes silver up,
They can still continue.
yeah, this looks a little dangerous to me.
Right. Maybe it's something with, let's see, can I draw arrows here? Maybe it's something with moving this pawn up to try to get the rook here and
It's an
have some
interesting
pressure
idea.
to the side. Because then maybe you could also try, once you get the pawn exchange, you could bring this up and then drop a pawn right here and take the knight, right?
Yeah,
'Cause you could
that's
maybe
that's an interesting idea.
it's maybe a little complicated. but-
Yeah, obviously, that'd be if you took the pawn on the 7th file then, but you could always just move up your silver to 7-3. No, that wouldn't work.
Oh, 7-3.
Yeah, so but that doesn't actually work the way I thought it did in my head. Yeah, so taking with the bishop seems to be tricky. I think the pawn push to 7-5 is probably what he's hoping as a follow-up. But none of that works as well when there's a capture on 5-5 by the pawn, not the bishop.
Mic test, mic test.
That's way
Welcome,
better.
mic test.
Way
Yeah,
better.
loud and
All right.
clear.
Now you're too loud for my stream. Thank you for the mic test. I see Caro has
I'm lowering
changed
her
her
volume
name.
too.
Shogi Harbour has changed her name to the silent Kirikou.
Hiroku Gakari.
Okay, so we do see a capture of the pawn.
And
And
then
the central rook.
Yep.
Okay. And quickly bringing up the silver to reinforce. So now the bishop going to 2-6 to contest the bishop is possibly an idea. The problem with Gote is that he can make the pawn exchange on the 8th rank anytime and force a pawn drop on 8-8 to make that side a little bit uncomfortable. Because both side silvers have completely abandoned the left side.
True.
So that seems a little strange to me in my how I play this style of a game right now. And we do see
The contest of the bishops.
So now I don't think you don't want to take this bishop. You want him to take you so you can move your silver up, right? Because obviously we've got this big gaping hole right here for a bishop drop if we want in the future. So if the bishops get exchanged, this 6-9 square is immediately a problem.
I mean, that can be stopped with.
Yeah, but after this pawn exchange, which he's pushing right now, there's not going to be room for the rook to go to 8-8, won't there?
Oh,
yeah,
now Xiao took the pawn, bishop.
Right.
Yeah,
So
obviously
maybe looking
retake.
at like a bishop here or something. Yeah.
Okay,
after
takes
the retake.
first. Well, now it's
Now it's kind of too late.
Now the bishop drops are good for Gote, aren't they?
Yes, I think so.
It seems
And
like
now
Gote
that
is
there's no stopping this rook now either. This is going to promote.
well, pawn drop on 8-8.
Pawn drop 8-8, but then they could drop
Yeah,
bishop
pawn again.
or pawn. Yeah.
Pawn drop.
And then this silver is really hanging.
Yeah, this seems like the moving. This is why a lot of times in fourth file on the slower games, you'll see it actually switch over to the second rank to try and contest this line. But now that all the pieces have moved over, it's like now there's no pieces to stop the rook anymore, which seems like a big problem.
Looking slightly uncomfortable for Xiao in this game. And then, not to mention that this silver is protecting this vanguard pawn, limiting the rook's advance.
Yeah, as someone in the commentary, it's Alexei, of course. That's why it's a good commentary.
Hi, Alexei.
It feels like pawn 7-5 should have been forced in before any bishop exchange.
7-5.
The lines we were talking about earlier with Wonder Rook was on the third file, because that really did seem like the best line of attack for that, which Alexei is an extremely strong player. Everyone in chat, listen to what his variations are. He's stronger than any commentator on here, except for Shogi Harbour.
Shogi, explain, what did the results of the poll? You never mentioned.
Oh, yes, the poll. I can actually see the results of the poll. The poll went away, so I don't need to go to my dashboard. Is that how it works?
No, I recall
Yeah,
that
I got distracted.
I recall that Roti Canai was the winner.
It
was close,
looked
I
like it was.
It was close,
but
but
it was
Roti
about 50-50.
Yeah, it's 10-7 against Doraki. Thank
So
you, Sanoi.
We could also think
Tweet.
if we want to just say, well, our left side is screwed, we can just immediately drop the bishop right here to try and force a promotion. And just say, well, we'll lose on the left side, but we'll gain something on his camp as well, and just go for mutual attacks.
I think that's really how 4 Rook players play. they really sometimes neglect their left side and then try to break the opponent's castle.
Yeah. So this this drop right here would be maybe my choice. Maybe you move the knight first as well to try and get it out of the way.
It's going to be really, really challenging here, though, with how strong the Millennium Castle is, and having both Jinro being able to promote the rook and have a bishop to drop as well. I mean, there's a lot of strength with this high Mino on the left, but the Millennium's even sturdier.
The Millennium is awfully sturdy. However, I mean, we've kind of got the diamond Mino, but the rook is there. So it is quite sturdy. This pawn sacrifice on 5-5 though is actually becoming a little bit of a thorn. That if oh, so he does 7-1. Interesting. Similar idea, I suppose. But this pawn on 5-5 is really becoming a bit of a thorn in the side, because if we imagine if any generals get exchanged, then this is a real weak square on 5-6 here.
Yeah, that's going to be highly likely to be used in an attack on this camp.
Or, I mean, we're about to capture this knight. You can imagine it right here as well, if we get some more piece development. Or even dropping like a knight here, there's this little pawn sacrifice is actually becoming a entry point into the camp of the Sente's king, unfortunately. But
yeah, so
I mean, you have to use it. Nothing works right at this moment.
So here, Jinro can almost certainly just ignore this bishop drop and take the knight, right?
It would seem to be mine. Obviously, they're not spending this time, as has been mentioned before. They're not spending time on this move. They are spending this time on future moves.
Right.
So the attacks are beginning. Obviously, they're using their times to slow down. They played the opening 30 moves extremely quickly, and then after that, they've been taking sometimes quite a bit of time on some of these moves. And the time format, if we haven't gone over it, is 30 minutes of main time for each players with a 60-second Byoyomi on this for each move after you've used up your main time.
So it's a lot of time. At the Seattle Shogi meetup, we used to play a lot of untimed games, and this is the closest to an untimed experience that I've ever had. It's playing in the World Shogi League.
This is true. And we see the Dragon promotion.
And taking the silver, that's surprising.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's quite a huge sacrifice, but that clears up the rook line. Now the rook can take the Vanguard pawn.
Sorry, I was muted for the stream.
It makes a lot of sense, actually. Your bishop's not really going to be doing anything that a silver wouldn't for you in this position.
True.
So once you break the 5th file, your rook is going to be a more effective attacker than your bishop would have been. But at the same time, you're going to give 2 bishops to your opponent. And it's not immediately very easy to shore up that fifth file and stop that rook from promoting himself. So
And then would like to add that this silver here is protecting these two squares, preventing any
Yeah.
drops here in case
well,
a general
you
wants
can
to drop.
imagine here, and then having a bishop drop here, looking at sacrificing for this.
True.
and then
You have this
rules.
line.
I don't think that he'll allow that to happen quite that much, because we'll have another silver. You can imagine a silver being dropped where I dropped the bishop in that line
True.
and making kind of just like not only a diamond Mino, but like a diamond with a jagged edge Mino.
Xiao said something about generals, 4 general castles. Is he going to make it 5 general castle?
So we do see the rook taking the 5-5. Again, I'm not sure there is a good way to stop any promotion there, or if it's even possible. So really, I think the bishop drop, we have 2 of them now. You could definitely drop a bishop here. But then I might expect
Silver drop.
something
Or
like
just
this.
pull the silver back, even, because that silver's currently hanging. So
But
bringing
sil-
it back into diamond is good too.
but silverback bishop can just sacrifice and then go takes. There's something with another
well,
bishop
then
drop.
rook takes.
Oh,
Rook
true.
takes instead of
I missed the
takes.
rook. Sorry. Then.
But then you have the second bishop to pin it to the gold again. Jen is right.
Yeah, and then
Oh,
the
good
tactic
point.
actually works. So, and we're actually not even down any material there. We'd be getting 2 golds for the rook if he chooses to keep it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could bring the gold back to the very first, or the rook back to the 9th rank, pinning if they try to do the gold pin.
I mean, I'm not so sure that actually, even without a drop, just taking the lance is not the correct move here. I can imagine that lance being right there in some lines. Okay, so he
But
does
they
do
did
the bishop drop, and he defends with a pawn. That's a very interesting.
Oh.
Okay. And
the dragon promotes.
yep, so we've got a horse and a dragon on both sides. Or dragons on both sides, horse on that. And this is the problem with attacking Mino from the sides. It's always a little bit iffy.
With the knight. So Gote has a knight, has a bishop.
Yeah, what
So-
about like a bishop drop here with the aim of setting up a knight drop there?
Oh, that knight drop is certainly yummy.
Because obviously it's protected by the rook right there.
Mhm.
So we've got our bishop protected by the knight. We attack his dragon to induce a move,
Mhm.
and then we drop the knight fork afterwards, busting up the castle. That'd be my tactic at this moment, I think.
Yeah, that looks really strong.
So, a little bit of spoiler territory. In the current game, I won't say what the moves are, but Jinro has 18 and a half minutes and Seo has 4 minutes.
Okay. Horse 7-7. I'm not sure I actually. I mean, it's a threat, right? I mean, you sort of force silver 5-6 here a little bit. But wait a minute, what about doesn't that just move just work?
Oh.
That is interesting.
That
That's
definitely
support.
works.
But
I mean, it's silver for a bishop. I'm not sure that's a good. That's probably a good trade for Sente even now. But
yeah, for me personally, I don't really like the horse being there. I really like to get generals.
I kind of like my
That-
knight fork idea with tempo, but
Going to
Well,
be
actually-
a 2-general trade.
Yeah, horse takes the silver.
oh, he does do it. Okay,
It's not that good.
so we do see that, unfortunately. I feel like that was maybe a first misstep by Jinro here. I still think the game is probably in his favor, but that seems
For me, I
Well,
think.
I mean, on the one
silver
hand,
is
it's
good.
just retaining material equality now,
Mm,
but he doesn't have a silver to drop next to the Millennium Castle anymore.
yes. Limiting his
so-
own attacking power there.
Yeah, I think it was the best move, but I don't think it's like, quite as good as normally forking dragon and a horse with a silver would be.
Personally, I like the how to say, whiteness of the castle that Xiao has. Gives him more time to react to Jinro's move. I don't really like this style of Mino. I mean, Anaguma shape, Millennium shape, where the king is close to the corner and quite cramped, I think. What do you guys think?
But it's just such a tough nut to crack. Like you trade off one general and all you feel like you've done is just exchange generals because they just keep dropping. It's whereas space requires like you to set up a move to restrict the king's exit pass. A shape like Millennium or like Anaguma really requires you to set up a move to have enough to break through the wall. So I think in terms of speed, it's space and strength are two sides of the same coin.
As you can see,
A
Jinro took the horse with took the silver with the horse. Sorry.
A new
Thompson.
person from chat just said something interesting that I thought might be really insightful. They said that no one has moved a lance yet this late in the game. Is that something that's really common with this Millennium Castle like type game?
Well, you're certainly not moving the lance that's on the king side, and unless you're doing
Yes.
a edge attack, it'd be unlikely for lances to move on other sides.
I generally like to not move lances and just let my opponent take them.
That's I think that's the norm for all of Shogi, unfortunately.
There you have it. Lances are meant to be fodder, so that your more valuable pieces don't get attacked.
Yeah, I think one of the real issues here with Soikatan's position is he's going to be running out of pieces really quickly here for any sort of attack, while this sort of double silver exchange has just added some fuel. We still have after obvious takes will be we're going to see this exchange here on the next two moves. We're just living in the past here, so they probably made these exchanges very quickly, but they haven't made the current ones that they're playing very quickly.
There's some move 5 moves from now that's really causing them to struggle.
But in the future, we always have this, which is a little bit hard to see. We always want to like drop our bishops where they can be immediately promoted. But this line right here is actually not so terrible with our pieces that we have in hand. So we can imagine tactics like this now works. We can't take it because we're have the pawn pin, and we can attack various weak spots in the. There you go. Still have the knight highlighted, but we can attack these things. And like once this silver moves, this castle becomes quite a bit weaker. So we can try and think of things like exchanging this pawn and dropping it there, various other things like that.
Interesting enough, a viewer in my chat, Sego, has mentioned that in response to Silver 7-8, Bishop drop 9-5 was interesting. Attacking dragon, and I'm not sure what it's trying to do here, but yeah.
9-5. 9-5 is a little interesting.
Did he say drop or move, Jen? I think he said move.
Oh, move. Yes, sorry.
And then it doesn't work because you sacrifice.
Well, no,
the dragon.
It'd be a mutual dragon sacrifice.
I see. Yeah, because
Silver
takes horse.
One of them is check, but yeah.
Well,
yeah,
if we went back,
you could get the.
So in this position, he was saying, move back here, takes.
The Seo could take the gold first, and then
then retake the
free
dragon.
one.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is why that one doesn't work.
I see.
I didn't even look at the reverse move. That feels not in the spirit of shogi, you know.
Yeah, I mean, in this case, we take 2 for 1, so it shouldn't be bad, right?
Yeah. Yeah, 2 for newer players, for major pieces, particularly bishops, sometimes rooks, though. Absolutely, sometimes rooks. 2 generals is generally what we think they're worse. So if you take 2 generals, and golds obviously are worth just a little bit more than silvers usually. But if you're not actually losing that. A lot of, I think, newer players will think that it feels bad to lose like a rook for 2 generals, but it's technically even material. But also the sort of even material is sort of a chess player's mindset, whereas in shogi, I mean, if you have the pieces you need, you have enough material. It doesn't matter if the other guy has all of it, you know. If you can checkmate, it's over.
CF is in Biomi currently.
Okay. So he's used a lot of his time, which is good. You'd rather see a player playing slightly too slowly than slightly too quickly, I think, in the general course of the match.
For the newer players watching, Byoyomi is the term that we use for the overtime delay. So when you run out of time, you get an additional 60 seconds per move. And it's not like increments. You must use up those 60 seconds or lose it. And then you get another 60 seconds when you make your move. So it encourages you to think at the very last second each time to try to play as accurately as you can. And right now, Seo is having to make one move every single 60 seconds, whereas Jinro has 15 minutes on his clock.
15 minutes is a whole shogi game.
Yeah, that's an incredible amount of time pressure. I like to call it Byoyomi panic when the countdown starts ticking. You can't hear it here, but when you get down to 10 seconds, it starts counting in Japanese up to 10, and it's nerve-wracking to hear that, knowing that if you don't make a move quick, you're going to lose.
Your whole mind goes blank.
All the bad moves are made right in those few seconds.
Yes.
Some people
all my worst moves.
Yeah, some people cheat on 81 Dojo by turning off the Japanese announcer counting down from 10.
I do that. I like to play with handicaps.
Me too.
Everybody out there, that's wrong, and you should absolutely turn it on because that is part of the game.
Shaiman is calling us out, Time Zombie.
You can't. I mean,
you're playing without any type of notification at all?
I use on stream. I use the chime.
The chime.
In real games, I do use the voice, but I don't use Madoka Sensei. I use the other one.
Chime is good too. I like it.
It's just part of the shogi experience that you have your moment of like panic attack when you hear,
when you have Japanese lady shouting at you, yeah.
Wait, no, they count up. Yeah, so ich, ni, san.
Yeah,
and you're like, no Japanese numbers. Yeah.
I don't know what it is. When I watch professional title matches, they're always so reserved and calm. It's kind of a relaxing countdown. But when I'm playing an actual game and I hear Madoka Sensei making the noises, it's so much anxiety that just builds up into me that I can't resist. It's just terrifying. Do you get those feelings of being completely terrified when you hear the Byomi countdown in professional matches?
Of course.
Ah, so it's the situation, not the voice.
It's just the habit of getting used to it, you know.
Getting used to it. Got it.
Oh,
Another move.
roll 5-7. That's not a move I would have considered. It seems
don't
like
think
we're overprotecting the 5-8 pawn, and I don't know why we're doing that.
Jinro has quite an amount of pieces on his hand. He can really
Yeah,
start an
Silvers,
attack now.
Knight, Bishop.
Yeah.
Now I like this even better because now this knight drop comes into play.
The Bishop's 7-3 stand, Simon is constantly pushing about his ideas.
I mean, look, it's my idea.
Yeah.
And no one prevented it.
hard selling it, yeah. Meanwhile,
Lexi brings up a good point. It's 2 pieces for the bishop, but in exchange, White has to rebuild the attack.
True.
Trading material for time.
I just heard the Japanese counting on the. We got up to Jew. That wasn't good.
And now the gold went back. Okay.
Now the goal is dancing.
I think maybe a little bit of nerfs.
Yeah.
And that are showing. Obviously, the dragon on this file is where you want to be attacking High Mino from. Because if we can move this, obviously, then if we have a diagonal piece, this is the weak point here. If we have a bishop, that's really good to drop there because that cuts off the king's escape room in Mino Castle.
That's very dangerous drop. This has been a long game.
I have to mute anyone, Dojo.
You preached to us to use the Byomi. Now you're getting Byomi panic.
If I was playing, the Byomi would be on.
I see.
But just having this like random anxiety as I'm trying to commentate a normal move is throwing me off. Let's say.
I see.
However, I do like this pawn 4-5. This is obviously very tricky, and he sees the trick to his credit. That's why the bishop drop here. Because if you did take the pawn 5-6 with pawn, then bishop 7-3 comes with check, picking up the dragon, and we can all go home.
Oh man.
So the defensive bishop drop there is necessary for defense, I believe.
Otherwise, you have to defend the
bishop drop here might have been better because it would still defend. Well, yeah, you at least get more.
And you could argue
pressure
running away with the dragon, taking the knight would be other idea, but.
Oh yeah, that's solid too. But then this is a little annoying.
Yeah, that's the weakness of the
It's
High
true.
Mino. It's always annoying.
Right. So
Yeah,
that's why I was thinking.
This is why I don't really like High Mino.
Okay, and then we see an immediate attack on the bishop by the extra knight that we've picked up.
Right.
So this looks like a very this looks uncomfortable for Sente here. All that space that you're very happy about that Mino had before, how do you feel about that space now?
It certainly feels more cramped now. Once Gote built up their attack, yeah.
Now, yep, he moves the bishop back, blocking the dragon, but
oh no!
Now pawn takes is annoying, very annoying. Although we might see gold here for the
again, the dancing gold.
yes. I mean, gold back just looks sad.
Oh, the bishop.
Yeah, it looks sad for everything.
Time Zombie, you mentioned you wanted to order pizza for this stream. I think you didn't manage to get.
I said that at like 11 p.m. and now it's like 6:20 a.m. and there's nowhere you could buy pizza right now. I can't order anything.
There's no morning pizza at your place. I'm sad.
No, there's no. As far as I know, there's no way to order pizza this early in the morning. Yeah.
All right, so we do see the pawn take, and now,
probably gold to the side, maybe up. Going up, you've got the bishop drop here, but
gold anywhere though has problems, right?
That is a.
And then if you take anything, we have the fork.
That is a sad goal right there. Oh my god. And yeah, your bishop move was so strong. Yeah.
Okay. So now we can just do this, yeah.
And probably go back and defend, but you're gonna lose a lot of forward pressure there. And even then, you just drop a pawn right here.
Yeah, why even do it right now? Just, start the fight with a pawn sacrifice, right?
Indeed.
Start forking the dragon with a pawn sacrifice.
That works.
I mean, we've already dislodged the gold. We've made it move up. We might as well, might as well complete the job. Well, pawn there, I mean, the gold also can kind of do a climbing gold here.
Actually, that's what they probably
climbing
should do.
gold.
Yeah, so we should probably drop the bishop first, and then the pawn in that order. Hey, don't mock the climbing gold. That strategy almost brought me victory one time.
I have a habit of attacking with golds from the castle.
Oh, you mean your climbing goal strategy, Shaman? Sorry for cutting you off, Ollie.
Yeah,
No, you're all good.
The climbing gold I prepared against
Katagami Sensei.
Katagami Sensei, yeah.
It was so close that game.
I just missed one move, and Katagami Sensei is pretty good at this shogi game. So.
Yeah. True. And
I don't know why, but Time Zombie's stream is like desynced. The gold went to the right, actually. I tried to play it. Maybe I can risk clicking sync button, but...
Oh, hang on. Somebody must have... There we go. I've got it deleted. Okay, so it went here. This is the correct move?
Oh, okay. So your moves are being recorded. Yeah, okay. It works.
Just somebody had made a move with the gold, so... Okay, so this makes some sense, too. But now we've lost the gold.
Oh, okay. It worked, yeah.
Very bad. All right.
Yeah.
So knight takes promotion. You probably want to take with the knight here, not the king, I would think. But
yeah, agreed.
Even then, I mean, you've got an immediate silver drop. This this looks a little iffy.
Time Zombie is messaging us over the toilet.
That's some information I didn't need.
Oh my god.
Yep, Time Zombie is gone. If you guys want to ruin chat, now's your time.
So like and subscribe to ShogiExplained. I mean follow, give him follow if you haven't followed. So he's a cool shogi guy, very very active promoter in shogi. Yeah.
Yeah, Jen, you're doing it wrong. You're supposed to get your stream.
My stream? Ah, yes. Nah, we all love ShogiExplained.
Yeah, and we see the silver drop immediately. That's, I think, all of us could have predicted that.
That pawn is such a nice foothold for Jinro to attack with.
Yeah, you know how I said the pawn on 5-5 was annoying. I mean, pawn on 4-6 more annoying.
At this point, if I was CO, I'd be just like, okay, time to just try some attack because this is so uncomfortable.
I mean, the problem is you only have a knight.
Right.
So, I mean, do you just, like, say, cry havoc and just, like, maybe a drop right there?
Or maybe, like, a bishop move like this, but even that's...
That looks like it might lose immediately.
Just like a...
Because if...
improvement for the next stream, maybe having, like, equal number of moves between the stream and the 81 dojo will make much sense, because the Biomi sound is when it's Jinro to move, because it's 5 moves backward. I don't know if I'm making sense.
You're not making sense.
Yeah, I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah, we are on uneven move compared to the actual 81 dojo. Yeah.
But if we move here right now, don't we have? I mean, taking to gold is Hishi, isn't it?
Well, silver could take.
Well, just taking the silver is also quite dangerous.
Yeah, maybe taking the silver first.
Right, that would be pretty much... That would be bad.
Yeah, just taking the silver and promoting your own with check.
So also, Shogi Harbour, you can always do 6 moves instead of 5 moves. Just...
Sure.
Yeah.
People watching the stream shouldn't be hearing the Byoyomi, right? Or are they hearing the Byoyomi?
No, they are not.
No, they're not.
If they're not, then it's no problem. But yeah, it might be confusing because Jinro has the one that has more time, but...
I'm not sure whether Time Zombie has the 81 dojo on. I'm not sure. I'm not watching his stream.
Yeah. But if you night drop here and they go forward, you know, you can take this gold and that gives you another gold potentially in defense. So I think the knight 4-4 might be the spirited try. Obviously it should fail, but you are pinning this gold here, so this gold is a little loose.
I mean, night drop is always a strong move, yeah.
Again, it's probably a less desperation move, but I mean, shogi is about, chess you can play very solidly, and this, like, shogi, if you're losing, you just have to go for it.
Yeah, that's true.
So
there's
maybe
there's no point of just, like, dropping, like, I don't know what a defensive move here, dropping a pawn here or something and just praying, right? That's, you might as well just resign if you're going to play moves like that.
Yeah.
Maybe Xiao defended too much and didn't really focus on Tenuki attack.
I don't know if that's true. It was definitely a slow game. Like, Millennium Castle versus High Mino is going to be a slow game. I think really letting the left side be so abandoned was the problem. I think if you're going to abandon the left side like that, I think you really wanted your rook on the second file to potentially get a trade of rooks and have the rook drops and dragons be on your own terms, as opposed to sacrificing the knight, as opposed to having to sacrifice your bishop as well. But really try and make it more mutual destruction versus just sort of the rook plowing through, and then having your own dragon promote. But at that point, he had no pieces in hand and no really good pawn drops to break up the castle. So it was always just Jinro's attack on the Mino castle that was going to land first.
But I mean, I'm not... Oh, go on, Shogi Harbour.
No, just wanted to say I agree.
Yeah, I still think Jin might be onto something in just the last, like, 15 moves, right? Because Sio's made a lot of defensive drops, and that's where pretty much every drop has been, so now Sio has essentially nothing in hand. but there's still all this pressure. So maybe just like Xiao had so much breathing room with how huge the castle was. Maybe they could have done some
Oh no,
offensive drops just to
he did
build
play.
pressure.
He did play pawn for it. I'm sorry. I didn't actually want to badmouth it that much. The point that I didn't realize. I'm sorry, Xiao, if you see this before. It's not. I just think you should have a little more fighting spirit in this position.
Show your samurai spirit is always what I always tell him. Because he
Well, now you have a choice of where
to take
promote
the
to
silver, yeah.
I
think-
well, taking the pawn keeps the gold. Be more of a stranglehold type approach, but
I think silver taking at 3-6 is much more stronger because now maybe not, sorry. Because there's a pawn on 4-8.
yeah, obviously if silver takes 3-8, I think you have to take with the king, and then you've got well, let me think about this. This is a little complicated, actually. Shogi Harbour, if you want to have your endgame, if there's a cool Tsushis that us mere mortals don't see.
Here
Yeah,
for Gote, you mean?
Yeah.
I'm
The
just
rook
taking
on
this
5-1.
silver.
Yeah, it seems like that. But what about
I mean,
just
the
taking the
king-
pawn and pulling back? That might also be lacking fighting spirit, I think.
I like taking the silver because then the enemy king gets closer to our dragon indirectly.
Yes, of course.
Then I can drop stuff here. If the bishop takes, I just return the bishop drop here or something.
Perfect, yeah. That actually looks very strong.
What I would like to do is to drop bishop, but the dragon is here.
That's exactly where I stopped my analysis. I was like, oh yeah, take the silver and then drop the bishop with check, and oh wait, that's
Yeah.
not a
So
possibility.
I would just drop silver on 6-8 in that case.
That seems like a solid way forward.
I mean, slow, but effective. More aggressive would be to drop something here. But there's no need to be aggressive, I assume.
Because you have
The
so
only
much.
thing with taking the silver is then, Soiketan might awaken all of a sudden, if we move this and then we have a silver drop. Imagine that knight is a silver there. Then all of a sudden we're a little bit in trouble as well. So you could imagine playing a slow. Oh, he plays it. I think taking the silver was better, though. I think you just have to do it.
I mean, both are good moves. It's just now the question is, what do you do next again, right?
Yeah. I mean, if he goes for it, then I mean, we can maybe just drop a silver.
Yeah, but then again, you kind of give them a silver, so the situation doesn't change, right?
We're at least a move faster at that point. Well, not pretty much the same situation.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I just wanted to point that out. That doesn't really change.
I mean, that requires him to go for the night drop.
I think now is a very good chance for Xiao to counterattack.
Now would be the timing, right?
He took the knight. What?
You already had a knight.
Yes. How did that extra knight help you? Oh
no! And immediately the bishop drop. Now this
that I was expecting that drop because he wanted to build more attack.
Drop that knight that you just got, like right on 3-9, don't you? Like immediately.
He did.
Okay. The game ended, so I will just play out.
Okay, sure. Well, let's go. Yep. Okay, so we bring in the knight. We bring in the other knight.
GG.
Oh.
And
GG. Checkmate.
Game.
It's a nice little there at the end too.
He took too many knights and got mated by knights.
The absolute, it was the losing move, unfortunately.
He took too many knights and got mated by knight. I call it karmic effect.
Oh no.
If I were to comment on this game,
Oh, please do.
This kind of feels like an overplay, but the idea of developing the dragon here is interesting. But in that case, we definitely shouldn't take this pawn.
Wait.
Would you resync so that we can see what you're doing?
Oh, sorry. I'm afraid to click.
No,
Okay.
sure. Please go
Sorry.
ahead.
Well, the game's over, so you can click on everything.
Okay.
Right.
This pawn, you shouldn't be taking it. Can see it? I hope.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because that speeds up their
Yeah.
promotion. While you see those squares are protected already, so the token will be slow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's imagine take, go here, and then the dragon promotion doesn't capture the knight in the process.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use it here or something.
Yeah.
You could even like consider jumping here.
Yeah, I kind of like the immediate knight jump.
I mean, this is the problem, so maybe not.
But I mean, can't we just
take the knight? Silver?
Yeah, but
yeah, take.
Yeah, that's pretty uncomfortable.
yeah, so there is something about this that needs something more, but
Hey, I'm back.
hello.
It took too long.
Jinro has
what I like to
first
see
victorious.
would be this move, maybe.
Let me
Because it
pay out.
distracts the silver from this. But I realized there's bishop drop. Never mind. Like I was expecting something like this, but then the bishop comes in, so that doesn't work actually. In that case, this might have been a little bit
Too much the
over
triumph.
the top. Yeah.
I was speculating that he wanted Jinro to take him, and this is a bit of a fantasy variation because now we've got the tempo to we've saved a tempo on making a silver crown.
Yeah, so that's not gonna happen. The moment you move your silver, there is a bishop drop. It's kind of scary.
Yep.
So this we have piece exchange already, like even pawns to be exchanged. So this is middle game. We shouldn't move our pieces anymore because it's just waste of tempo.
Yep.
Is Silver Crown stronger from the side than High Mino? I know it's much stronger from the top.
Not really.
It's very flexible. And my understanding of it is it trades a little bit of side strength for a lot of top strength, but it also makes your king extremely flexible. It's almost like what the Migi Gyoku is, where it can just literally run anywhere in a silver crown. So in terms of like endgame timing, when a king has a lot of space, even though it is a light castle, you need to set up moves to prevent the king escape, otherwise your attack will fizzle out.
Right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
You would have to set up extra moves for like against Millennium Castle. If you have a dragon and you drop one metal general, they can just drop a metal general in response and no progress is made, right? So you have to set up an additional move. So that sort of king space, king fleeing room for the king to flee is almost like extra moves that you have to engage in the end game. So you can be a little bit more sound than you are with a strong castle. You can have the same number of moves to break it just because you have to cut off the king escape pass.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, Shogi Harbour's absolutely right that
the timing for it
is not there.
And even if this silver hadn't moved here, this might have been a more stable situation for here, or if the rook had swung over, which is more common in force file sort of things.
Yeah, I think swinging that rook over to the second file would probably have been better than the third or fifth.
Yeah, especially if we go here, we can swing the. I'll get rid of those. We can swing the rook over here, just because we have the extra support of the bishop as well. It makes our move into center, sacrificing this pawn, seem a little less justified, but and even before then, if we choose to put the rook here as opposed to into center.
I mean, what I was surprised is usually when you move the bishop here, you expect this move, right, to happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of the flow of the game felt wrong after this.
Yeah. Because there's no good follow-up after this.
Yeah. It kind of surprised me that we saw this edge pawn here as well. I was thinking that maybe just moving
Silver
the silver
here.
here.
Looks
And
more.
it also doesn't block this one, right?
Yeah, but then we can block the we can redrop the pawn after the pawn exchange. No, we can't.
The point is like here you don't have to defend because the silver is here.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
you can maybe play a move like this, but then we go here and then it's another story, yeah?
Yeah. And then we can think about tactics with the
Yeah, but we have two defenders, so yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yeah, I expected something like this. And when the bishop is here, this makes sense, I assume, because then you can
try to trade.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely a different game.
Yeah, I think Xiao passed too many moves, like played too many passing moves.
Yeah.
And definitely over defending their castle while nothing is happening.
The gold, yeah.
Gold,
yeah, so weird.
Yeah, gold 5-7. I don't understand that one very much.
Maybe avoiding the knight drop or I don't know.
But the knight drop.
But the knight drop's protected.
Yeah, it is. But we wanna take the knight, so maybe the idea was move and then take. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should.
I was thinking. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was saying that maybe we should bring them in for the interview. Yeah.
Yeah, bishop drop here and just looking to sacrifice it that way doesn't look too bad, does it?
Because
they're doing post game analysis with each other.
The goal can't take because
they could do it here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bring them on to do some more.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to post the Twitch and YouTube links into the 81 Dojo chat?
Oh, let me do it.
Nice playing, Jinro.
No. Yeah, very good game.
Yeah.
GG.
Yes, I also want to thank both Xiao and Jinro for agreeing to play at this time. I know it's getting pretty late for you guys right now. What time is it in Guam and Malaysia right now?
Malaysia is pretty early.
For me and 10 for Malaysia.
12 p.m.?
Yes, 12 p.m.
12 p.m. So, as in like midnight.
Yeah, 12 a.m. Sorry.
Yeah, 12 a.m. Yeah, it's interesting. 12 p.m. versus a.m. depends on the culture. That's why I say 11:59 p.m. because it's universal. So I never try to go right onto midnight.
Yep, good old USA 4, where 1/3 of my members live across the Pacific.
Yes. Yeah, there's a lot of U.S. territories out in the middle of nowhere.
Hey, you know.
And in this game, we saw Jinro win, and now that means that if we win the next game, which is going to be played with Shuyol versus Chrono, right?
No,
sorry, Simmerg versus Shuyol. Then if USA wins again, then we win the match point, and then the last one is just for honor. But if Malaysia wins, then that means all the stakes are on that last match. And we'll have to see what happens.
He actually means that literally we're going to play marbles on stream, on everybody's stream. And marbles is just going to win the match. It's really weird.
No. I don't have marbles installed.
You know what?
It's a website.
we could set up a situation where if Nyroc and Jen get us an Ichita, then we could determine whether or not they replay based on the results of a marbles.
That'll be great.
fates have decided that marbles will determine the outcome of the World Shogi League. Yeah, and I would also like to apologize for the people who are watching this live. I'm having some difficulties getting the audio balance correctly. Anyone who's going to be watching the VODs on YouTube in the future, hello, YouTube people. You're not going to notice any difference because I'll have adjusted all the volume, but apparently over here it's been kind of up and down, and when the ads went, people had some ear damage from the volume difference. So I'm very sorry, everyone. We're trying to figure this stuff out.
This is why streaming on YouTube is the superior move, because we don't have ads after the stream starts. Stream on YouTube, no ads. That's my pitch.
And there's a question from chat. Are you going to look at 52 pawn 4-5? That was one of the most discussed moves in chat during the game, actually.
54.
Just a quick hint for people in Shogi Explains chat. If you subscribe to Shogi Explained, there are no ads.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gonna break your ears.
True. Subscribe to Shogi Explain.
This is true.
So,
and all
Lily, is this the move you're talking about here? This pawn 4-5 instead of the bishop trap?
Pawn 4-5.
I think the idea is that they can't take it because there's a pin on the rook with the bishop trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, as we saw during the game, this this diagonal became, as is often the case.
That's a really sneaky move. Ooh, Alexei posted some analysis of this even.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, in Alexei's Discord share.
In the Shogi Harbour channel. Oh wait, sorry, in his Discord.
On his Discord channel.
Yeah, on his Discord channel.
I'll look through it and then we can pull it up if I find something cool. So you can. So now that you guys are here, Jinro and so did the game proceed how you expected? Because I mean, before the game started, you were talking about how I've been preparing a lot of Migi-Gyoku type things, and then we didn't see a Migi-Gyoku this time. We saw a Millennium.
Oh. Yes. So what I was expected is his from the experience I played against him, right? He preferred to go for 4 general Millennium Caster, and my plan is to play the Ishida-New to Sabaki the left knight. Yeah, prepare the P74. Oh, Jinro, are you in the voice channel?
Yeah, so remember how we played a lot of games beforehand, and I would always never play pawn 7-4 in response to his rook swinging over. So coming into this, I knew I was gonna play pawn 7-4. I actually prepared for this line specifically, so my preparation paid off.
Oh, is that why you had such a time advantage during the game?
Yeah, I guess I was pretty prepared for what was about to come.
What move was pawn 7-4? How late into it was it?
That was move 35.
35. Wow.
Yes.
This move.
35. So from here, right, it's a very normal Joseku move, and then he played the knight 4 pawn. So I have 2 ways to reaction now. The first way is to continue follow the Joseki. Another way is just to take a rook, take a pawn, exchange a pawn, and then I try to attack. The reason I push the 5-5 pawn is because there is a line like if the bishop take the pawn, then I will move the 3-5 pawn, and then I sabaki a pawn in the 7 file, so I can drop a pawn in the 3-4. That makes it to attack the heads of knight. So normally the line will become like the Millennium side will try to play the 2-4 pawn and then to move the silver up to protect the head of the knight. The idea was like that. That was what I expected.
On my side, I definitely meant coming into my preparation was not actually the edge pawn, but to move my rook over to 7-2 first and then push the edge. So I mixed up the order. Because if I were to move my rook over, the pawn push does not happen anymore on.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think maybe the pawn push is better.
I think in this specific case, the pawn push was 100% better.
Yes, because the 6-4 pawn is not played. Therefore.
Yeah.
Yes. The 6-4 pawn is not played, and therefore you have one move faster to move the silver to the center. Therefore,
So
the silver can defend the head of the.
Something like this.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, I think this was like what was. I mean, I think even then it should be okay. But then he's gonna go.
So,
Yeah,
Alexi had a bunch of really cool analysis closer to the end game when we get a chance. So we should go over it when it comes up. It's when you took on 3-6, you had the option to take the silver on 3-8, Jinro. And that continuation was much stronger, and he gave us a bunch of analysis.
May I know the number of the move?
Oh yeah, the move was when I took your moves.
Oh, I didn't want to interrupt your guys' analysis.
No, it's fine.
If you want to do it now, then. So
it's 73,
right? It is after 4-8 pawn. Yeah. So after dropping the pawn on 4-8, silver takes 3-6. Yes.
Yeah.
Then with promotion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I picked the pawn or I take the silver?
Take a pawn.
You're supposed to take the silver.
Oh yeah, okay. And then does gold retake or king retake?
Well, gold retake means the bishop dies, right?
Right.
Yes.
So king retake.
If a king retakes, then the king is in a more precarious situation than it was before, and because Gote Jinro has an extremely safe king, which Alexi says Millennium is roughly Oniguma level of strength, then you can just continue attacking aggressively and not having to worry about your own king safety. So from here, you would go 4-7 silver. Dropping, yep. Then, of course, they take with the pawn. You take with the pawn with promotion. Then they take with king, exactly. And now 4-6 pawn.
Because if you take, then there's a bishop drop.
And very instructive here is that.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Alexi says that every single move that you're making is coming with a tempo, so they're all checks. It's very, very forcing, so it's an easy line to be able to see. And yeah, that is a very, very nice fork there.
I see it now.
So if king 3-8, then you play 5-9 dragon. So instead of taking the pawn.
5-9 dragon. Oh.
Removing the defenders, and then there's bishop drop next. I presume.
Or you'd probably want to do silver drop first. Oh, you've got 2 bishops.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
Because you have so many.
Insufficient.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's excellent.
And then they add a couple additional lines here. If 5-9 gold, 5-9 gold. Yeah, so that's the 5-9 gold, and 4-7 bishop. Okay, yeah, that's the line that you just went over. If 5-7 king, then 7-3 bishop, tempoing off the rook.
Oh, 7. Oh, 7-3. Okay.
So if they run, then you can.
Oh, I did not see this move.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Like honestly, I think pawn drops would work too, but
Yeah, probably.
So after 7-3 bishop, he's 5-2 dragon, he says for continuation. Then 4-7 pawn, promote. 4-7 king. 4-6 silver. And you have a very strong attack.
Yeah. Wow.
You can just keep taking, man.
So when you reached that situation where you had what was it, move 74 that was on?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is when you still had a lot of time left. When did you ended with 2 minutes 30 seconds, or go to here. Yeah, so you had a lot of time to think there, and you used up 1 minute 50 seconds there, and decided not to play this consideration. So what did you miss when you were reading through this as a consideration?
Yeah, I definitely did not see what first of all, I did not see silver drop 4-7. And
because you're blind to it because you're just thinking it's throwing away a piece.
Yeah, so in my perspective right now, that I can't find the continuation, or I didn't calculate the continuation in my head after. Because I felt like the king was escaping towards the center of the board with his rook, or his dragon defending it. I kind of want to kept him in the corner more.
Oh, you are worried about I'm playing the entering king or something like that.
Yeah, and the hardest to the shogi is when the king's like center of the board and there's so much space to run. And I did not want to mess it up, so.
Let's see.
Fair.
Let's see.
A reasonable fear.
And none of the commentators saw that line either. Shogi Harbour saw a really nice similar line with bishop drop here after taking the silver, if I remember. Or where you just start with silver drop here.
Are you guys moving
we are
They're
actually
moving it on
doing
the light shogi.
Lee Shogi, yeah.
I need to ask right now. So this is, I think, we're hitting the original scheduled time for the next match. And are our players around?
Fine, Simmer.
Yeah,
I did think about this silver drop here, the one that's on the stream right now. I did think of it because after bishop takes, there's bishop drop 9 or on 2-9, and
yeah, that's the line I proposed.
Yeah, I thought about it.
Probably silver though. Yeah.
Oh, silver. Oh yeah, you're right. Because
I'm not sure.
The king doesn't have to run to 4-7 because of the pawn.
Yeah, silver makes sense there.
I think both make sense, but yeah.
Yeah, that's really excellent too.
But yeah, this one would require this deeper calculation, which I was too lazy to do. So.
Can I have the invite link to Destiny?
I invited
yes.
you.
Jusen and Tio, yeah. So you've been invited. Have you been added as editors?
And then I put Synchro and Chrono inside the stream chat, the voice chat.
Hi guys.
Mic chess.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're a little quiet, so I'm gonna bump up your volume. Synchro, give us a sound check.
Hello, hello.
You're super low, my god.
Yeah, super
Synchro was
low.
always low.
I'm giving you 175% boost. Okay, say hello now.
Hello.
You're getting 200% treatment. Say hello again.
Am I really that quiet?
Okay, no, I think that's a little bit too loud. So back to 190. There we go.
Test.
Okay, say hello again.
Hello.
Okay, you're
Better,
better.
Okay.
yeah.
190 is good. Okay,
What
and
about
then
Chrono?
Hello.
Chrono is also super low.
yeah,
Again.
Chrono,
I already have Chrono on 200. He's still low.
Okay, let's just start with 200. Okay, Chrono, say hello.
Hello.
Okay,
There we go, that's good.
He's fine on my stream.
Okay, and then who else was joined in here? We got our synchro. Shyman, are you staying around for the second game? You are the captain. You can choose.
I was going to switch roles with Shogi Harbour.
Okay, that's actually quite good. So now Shyman will be doing the move relay from the 81 Dojo game into the study of Shuyol versus Simurg, and Shogi Harbour will be doing the commentating. By the way, as a professional, I think she normally gets paid for this commentating, but she agreed to do this for free. Hopefully.
Thank you, Shogi Harbour.
Thank you for doing all this stuff for free. Everyone, if you have not subscribed to Shogi Harbour, please subscribe to her.
Yay.
And also,
at this point,
to Shogi Harbour on the stream.
At this point, you should post the link as well. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. So, if mods, I think you can use the shout-out commands.
You're not shouting me out, times me. I've shielded you so many
sorry.
times.
sorry, Jen. It's jienjienShogi, right?
But that's my Twitch channel.
Oh,
He's on YouTube now.
Yeah,
You're on
YouTube
YouTube now. Of
I'm a
course,
YouTube superstar now.
Okay. Yeah. What is your YouTube? It's just some random series of letters and
Shogi
numbers,
Malaysia.
This is Shogi Malaysia, but I stream on jienjienShogi as well.
That's
Shogi
confusing.
That is confusing.
Well, I need to promote my country's Shogi. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a Shogi Malaysia, got it. So let's get the spam the link in there.
Maple Sugar Lover is waiting for a game.
There we go. That's wait, no, that's not the channel. Here's the channel. I think that's the live stream. Okay, so
I've signed up on my own channel. Oh my god, is the stream still on?
Yeah, there we go. Shogi Malaysia. And then finally, there's jienjienShogi. I hope that you can get a unique channel ID.
Oh, we talked about this. Telmuch has this special treatment where he can set
we should ask. So can Telmarch hook us up? He works at YouTube, right? Can he hook us up with a short URL on the YouTube?
Did the post-game discussion finish because CF wants to continue privately?
Yeah, you can continue. So, I mean, if there's any final thoughts that you guys have, then you can go over it. But I know that it's getting pretty late over in Malaysia. So, if you're okay with delaying Chrono, then you guys can continue your post-game analysis, and as long as Simurg's okay with it. Otherwise, we can go on to the next game. Regardless,
they can do it privately.
Yeah, and you can do your own post-game analysis.
Yes. That's what we.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it if you want to do that.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Passing on the torch to my fellow teammate.
Yeah, great game, guys.
An excellent win by Jinro.
We'll get you next round, next game.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. As for the next game, do we have both of the players in chat actually?
No, we are still missing Drunken Elephant.
We're missing Simurg right now. But I do have the
Simurg is waiting for his game.
Oh, he's waiting for the game? Okay.
Yeah.
So he's getting right to it. So now we've got our Game 2. Wait. Game 2. Here we go.
Oh, you're on
which
that.
What's
is
his name?
Shuyol versus Simurg. So Shuyol is playing for Malaysia. He is the current Tourney to Shodan champion. I don't even think he's played his handicap game as a reward for winning Tourney to Shodan yet. So it'd be interesting to hear about that. And then Simurg is a newer player who I don't know much about, but I do know he's a strong player and an all-rounder.
He's not new, actually. He's been playing for a long time.
No, I mean he's new as in like new to Team USA. He doesn't know any of us. Like he was completely isolated. Like as far as I know, he hadn't played any of us before this.
He's played me about 20 times before he joined.
Oh, okay, okay. So you got to vouch for him.
Yes.
However, Shuyol and Simurg have not played each other at all. Like I looked through their 81 JoJo history, they've never played each other, as far as I can tell. So that's going to be interesting because they're both very strong players, and this is the first time that they'll be facing each other, and they'll be facing each other in a 30-60 game, which is such a long time control.
Yeah, Shual coming into this game with a 17 winning streak on 81.
Are you serious? 17 winning streak?
Yeah, I just saw it. Shul is logged in. A 2Q from Malaysia, now on a 17 winning streak.
17 winning streak. Yeah.
Amazing.
I think I'm one of those games.
Yeah, sure.
I've never had a winning streak that long.
And actually, they have already started the game, so.
So we should actually, I think, hold back a little bit on that, so we can wait for the so we can actually have something to commentate while things are going. So in the meantime, I think we should bring up the thing that you tried to bring up, but then I had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, you had your bathroom.
I wrecked it. Sorry, normally I go to the bathroom before stream, but I didn't have enough time. I had to just go right into it, and I was hoping I could sneak off at some point to go to the bathroom, but just the timing was terrible. I should have picked a better time to do it, but there's no good time to go to the bathroom. But anyways, we did go to the bathroom, and we missed it, but now we have an opportunity to go for it again, and that is the lunch special.
The lunch special, yes.
Yes. What do they have for lunch? What is Jinro's favorite food?
Sorry, this is actually their favorite lunch, not what they had for lunch. Yeah.
Yes, their favorite lunch. So hypothetically, they're in a title match situation. What are they going to be having? This is their favorite food, and if it's available, this is what they'll get. And Jinro really loves sushi, so you're showing the Jinro Special Supreme. What is this?
In the picture there, it's mostly sushi, but there's also some sneaky shumais down there.
It's actually not shumais. It's
sushi and shumai.
Rice, and I think it's wrapped in salmon. Yeah.
Oh, wrapped in salmon. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've seen that before. Usually, I see the salmon on the outside.
Jinro didn't actually tell me which this Jinro Special Supreme. He just told me he really likes sushi, not so much of nigiri sushi. He really likes the maki. He likes the inari sushi. Yeah, California makis. Really likes Japanese food.
Always a solid choice. Sushi is rarely wrong.
And he does live in sort of the like pretty close to Japan. He's actually way closer to Japan than any other part of the United States, I think, because Guam is like really close to Japan, and if you've never heard of Guam, it's a U.S. territory that was it actually acquired as part of like a World War II military base thing. I actually don't know the story behind Guam, but it is apparently one of the most expensive and isolated places you can live in the U.S. It's an island that you have to ship everything to, so it's an interesting place. It's not like any other place I've heard of, except for maybe Hawaii. But I would imagine that he has lots of access to Japanese food over there. and there was Seo had his take on what he had for his favorite lunch, which was yam rice. I've never heard of this.
Yam rice is one of the many rice in Chinese culture. When you cook the rice, you put in the yam and then and soy sauce, black soy sauce, and you usually mix it with some dishes on the side. Yeah.
Interesting. So, and there's like a coleslaw or something like that that's served with it?
It's actually not coleslaw, but stir-fried vegetables. Yeah.
Oh, stir-fried vegetables. And then what are the balls there?
The balls are meatballs.
They're
This
meatballs.
is just for illustration purposes.
Okay, and then is it like is it served in like a bowl, or is this like a taco or a tortilla? Like, I can't tell what this is on top of.
This is served on a plate actually, but you have the paper wrappings. So usually in takeouts
it looks really juicy.
Yeah. And according to Xiao, this place, Apollo Fast Food, has the special taste. It has a special yam rice compared to other states. It tastes different. Yeah.
What do you think would be better to eat during a title match?
If you want power, I think you keep yourself full. Then maybe the yam rice.
You're going for yam rice. I would want the sushi.
Sushi.
Yeah, both of them are perfectly fine for playing any sort of strenuous mental exercise. Most Asian dishes are going to be fine because the rice is going to give you a hit of carbohydrates, which is what you need. Really, the protein in the sushi is not going to be really felt.
It's very light, right?
However, if you are playing, especially in like a Japanese title game where you're playing many hours, then you need to eat quite a bit more than what you would expect, since you actually burn quite a bit of raw calories just thinking very hard over a board game.
And last question regarding this: what is Apollo Fast Food?
Apollo Fast Food is just the place of the restaurant.
So is that a famous chain in Malaysia?
No, it's just the restaurant is in his hometown.
Okay.
That's what he told me.
Okay, well, maybe I'll go and have a chance to eat there someday. I could have the yam rice.
Yeah.
Because I've had sushi before, but I've never had yam rice. Okay, so now that we finished the lunch suji portion, I guess we have no choice but to do a poll. What would you rather have? What's for lunch? In your opinion, the better dish? Is it the yam rice, or is it the sushi? Is it a sushi platter? 5 minutes for the poll. What would you rather have?
Oh
like,
man,
you're playing shogi.
Looking at the
what's
food
better
making me hungry already.
I am really high. Like, I have not eaten yet. So after this whole stream is over, I'm just gonna like order that pizza that I was talking about.
Wow. Very didn't really like
People love
Xiao's
sushi.
food.
People love sushi.
People love sushi.
Okay, maybe it's because I just had the sushi on there. What if I switch back to the yam rice? Look at the yam rice. I think you had a picture with such large portions, so I'm thinking that's kind of convincing people that they get more portions. So I mean, just assume that the portions are just as much as you want. Don't let that be a factor. Oh, it's balancing back out. It's balancing. Oh,
sushi.
It's about 50-50, but people seem to favor sushi.
Everybody
it's
loves
hard
sushi.
to argue with sushi. Yeah.
Shogi Mawashi says sushi's the ultimate luxury.
True, you have the Toro salmon.
You're here. One says yam rice is attached with more experience. Virgin likes the yam rice as well.
Yeah.
So it's very popular. Are you guys going to cast your votes in the poll?
My vote is yam rice. I like sushi, but the yam rice does look very, very good.
It was a tough vote for me, but I voted sushi.
Sushi.
Okay.
I would,
well,
I would put
still
a
have a
dark
few more
horse out
minutes.
there for a not proffered thing, but one that's very common in professional matches that you see is Unagi Don.
Oh yes,
my
Unagi
god.
Don.
Clearly the most superior shogi.
Okay.
Oh my god,
Clean that
stop,
up
I'm
there.
gonna start drilling in a second, yeah.
Okay, I need to go get lunch now.
I
This
just
is-
looked at the game, and this is not like the last game. I think they were playing side pawn picker, so we should
Yeah.
probably go to the game now.
I
Let's
didn't
get
want to
back.
say anything, but
Yeah.
it's quite advanced.
Here we are. Let's
Just,
go to
yeah.
the let's start from the beginning and like figure out how we got here.
Okay, I'm gonna sign off for this one.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you for
thank
showing
you.
up, Oli.
Olivandi.
Yeah, Olivandi.
Bye bye.
So now this is actually the game 2 segment where we are sort of changing hands a little bit, and I'd like to point out the new commentators that we have here. So right now, Olivandi just left, and right now we're looking at oh, you can't see what I'm doing now. Okay, Olivandi just left, and right now we're adding in synchro, and Shyman is switching places with Shogi Harbour. So he's still here, but he's doing the move relay. So now you can say hello to Synchro, captain of USA 3. Say hello and introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody.
Also, yeah, you're actually a special captain, because you're like the first of the Shogi Harbour generation of US World Shogi League teams.
Yeah, I mean, creating the US 3 team was my original idea, and then I pulled the rest of the team in, and then as we wrapped up the season, we pulled in even more people to create the other teams. So technically, I'm just the captain of 3, but I helped create some of the other US teams as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yes. And of course, you saw her a little bit in the beginning. We didn't really introduce her formally, but you all know Shogi Harbour. It's a safe place to learn about shogi. It's run by the famous Karolina Ladies, who has brought chinchillas and sad penguins to the world of shogi, and has created this wonderful online community where everyone can enjoy shogi together. So if you have not already joined her Discord community, right there, exclaim Discord, you can go to that and join. It's a great place to learn about shogi. And why is she so obsessed with shogi? It's actually because she became the first foreign professional. It is the most incredible feat that has ever been done by anyone who has ever tried to learn shogi and achieve greatness in its and she had a dream to become a pro and actually was able to accomplish it, despite the fact that it had never been done before. So we are standing on the shoulder of giants before us. It is Karolina Ladies herself, Miss Shogi Harbour. Please go ahead and introduce yourself. I'm so happy that you're here to do commentary with us. It is such a pleasure.
Hello. I don't know what I can add to it. You've said everything, but yeah, let's enjoy some shogi together, I guess.
Okay, now that we've had the introductions aside, there is a game afoot with lots of moves that were made. They're already in the actual game up to move 28. Shuyol has used up only 3 minutes of their time so far, and Simmerg has used up about 12 minutes. That is amazing that the game has turned out like this. So I don't know what to expect. But you know what? I think that in the Twitch live chat, we can do a prediction. Who will win?
The prediction is
It's
already
already
up.
running.
Oh, it already did it. Okay, so bet on now who's going to win. So right now, a lot of channel points are riding on Simberg, and Shuyol is the underdog at only 24%. So right now, the chat thinks that the prediction might have been too long. The game might end before it actually happens. So I don't know if we're going to be able to honor the prediction if the game ends too soon. But right now, the chat really seems to love Simmerg. And if Simmerg does win it, we'll win the whole thing.
Yep.
Simmerg is Sente. We have not added the tags for it. So yeah, let's add the tag. So Sente is Simmerg, and then Gote is Shuyal. Okay, there we go. So now they're showing up. Did I have it correctly?
Yes.
Okay. So right now, who is doing the relay? Is it Shyman? Shyman, can you desync?
I thought I was.
Okay, so yeah, I just got updated to the latest position. I don't know who moved it.
I moved it.
You moved it? Okay. So for me, who wasn't paying attention, how do we get here? They willingly went into side pawn picker. They clearly prepared this. They, I know that Simmerg is an all-rounder, and is Shuyal also an all-rounder? Do you know? Jim?
He mostly plays static rook openings, and he likes to calculate, I think. So static rooks, i.e. Bisha games are very calculative. So he's playing to his strengths now.
Would you say that Shuyal has a very, very strong reading ability?
Yeah.
I mean, getting into a side pawn picker game, you have to be. Okay, so Shogi Harbour, you've been learning side pawn picker lately,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So you can commentate a little bit on this. To me, this is all black magic alien stuff.
Can I move the board or?
Yeah,
yes,
you
I
can
have to
move the board. You can add any variations that you want.
Do you see if I click now? Oh, you do. Okay. Yeah. So side pawn picker. Yeah, the most dangerous opening that doesn't have any middle game. And we went to So this is what characterizes side pawn picker. Yeah, we take the side pawn with our rook.
True.
The other side has few options here. Like move the bishop, move the knight. Double side pawn picker, I guess it's one little bit no, it's not possible actually. But they decided to exchange the bishops. Yeah, here they would have option to take it. And they drop the 2-8 pawn, which is the most aggressive variation. You want to drop this pawn in this moment because later on you will be able to drop rooks to attack the silver. This is the timing. And here we can see that Chrono dropped the bishop, yeah, forking those two pieces. This is important square to attack with your bishop because it's going to overload this gold. This is why Sente needs to double defend the silver with the bishop that forks a lot of pieces. As you can see, yeah, Yoko Fudori is just crazy. And the Joseki, though, I believe is actually to move once here. And then pawn drop and then bishop, I think. I swear this is the Telmarch variation. Telmarch would be so much better commentator here. Bishop drop, and this is where it went immediately off the Joseki. This is Joseki move, but this position is crazy, basically. If we would take this gold here, this is a checkmate.
So we must check.
Yeah. Normally, I believe you would just retake, take, and go here, something like this. But, you know, the rook would be taken by the pawn, not by the bishop. And they would be like silver drop stuff going on, like crazy drops. In this variation, doesn't work because there's the horse, but usually that would be the Joseki. Like the bishop line would be the main attack of Gote, and they would try to utilize it. But this is crazy now. This is where Sente also went aggressive. And it seems like, you know, if we retake, it comes back. The problem is here Chrono played a good move. He can just escape and make a check.
Get it?
We are forced to drop the gold. This is not checkmate anymore. We can sacrifice the dragon and we take here.
Ooh.
So here immediately, Chrono got his gold back, right? And he has a silver advantage in this position and a knight advantage.
Look at all those pieces in hand.
Yeah, so this is already winning to white, not gonna lie. The bishop got promoted and we are not updated yet. But this bishop also, I believe, got promoted here. And I'm not gonna lie, Gote is basically winning here already. This is the power of Yoko Fudori.
So, if I'm not mistaken, Gote
can't
is Shuyo.
more than 5 moves in the past, so just be careful, Katarina.
Yeah, we are on the current move. It's move 34, so we can only stream up to 29.
Ah, sorry. Yeah. So yeah, next move will be 5 moves. So I'm not gonna move anymore.
You might want to make it 6 moves.
Yes, I will just comment this position. Let's concentrate on that maybe.
But you can't
Yeah,
commentate on
if
future.
we make it 6 moves, then we actually won't run into trouble. So if you accidentally show like a variation, you could be showing the start of what they're playing or something like that, and get a little bit too far.
All
ahead.
right. Now it's 5 moves away, right?
Yes.
So you can see this horse is much closer to the king than this one. So I assume that this pressure is greater. If Sente does nothing here, we have many pieces to make an attack. One idea would be to like drop this piece here, for example.
Yeah, I saw that that rook drop was really strong. Once the go leaves,
wow,
there's a go drop checkmate. Yeah,
something like this is a josei, like a tesuji in Yoko Fudori. The other move, which would be less aggressive, would be something like this. And this is why Sente needs to do something. They move the gold. And you can probably feel that moving a gold means the number of defenders doesn't change. They just relocated. So for example, this move would still be a good move because taking doesn't change the checkmating. Yeah, this move looks very strong to me.
It looks very hard to defend with so many possible drops and not many strong pieces for defense.
Yeah, this is also the fact that we are a general down in this position. Yeah, we already gave. If I come back and like explain exactly what happened, here we take a silver, we take a gold. It looks equal, but in this position, by making a check, we've taken the gold back, and therefore Gote was silver up. So this is why we're lacking those defensive pieces in the position we see here. This is why the material balance is so important. Yeah.
Was there a better defense for Sente to prevent the piece disadvantage?
Yeah. They should have taken the dragon, I believe, like here. And the joseki again would be like go here, pawn drop, then bishop drop, then take, something like this. So then I believe it's silver for a lance in that case. Exchange. But yeah, for some reason here we got too greedy. We took the gold. It seems like we're winning one move, yeah? It seems like, oh, they're gonna retake, we're gonna take it back. But this was such a strong return move, yeah? A check, forcing to give back the gold. This is a great sequence from Chrono. It's so simple, yeah? It's so simple, but those simple mistakes in Yoko Fudori, they became game deciding, yeah?
So little tolerance for error.
Yeah. We can see the knight drop, which is similar idea. Yeah, overload the defender on 5-8. If the gold takes the horse, we have the gold drop. It's the same idea. I like the rook more because it's a powerful piece, but the knight works too. The gold is dead, basically, I believe. if the gold runs, gold drop also finishes. So yeah, the only move is to sacrifice the horse. And yeah, we're distracting the enemy from the attack. Yeah, the horse will retake. This king will be temporarily safe, but you just given a bazooka to enemy hand. So it's just a matter of time that you use that bishop for your intentions. Yeah.
Given the line where horse takes, it seems more strong when you play the rook drop.
Yeah, the problem with the rook drop,
Yeah, because you don't give any chances to the enemy. I mean,
I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, maybe there was this move that could have, but then we can do exactly same thing. Try to play with the position a little bit. I thought maybe it was like easier to read, but of course the current situation with the knight, I think it's also very good for Gote. Because we lose the bishop for a knight. One, two, three, four, five. Currently, yeah, Gote has like
this is
5
the
general.
move that we can be on. Yeah, horse 666 is the last move we can be on.
Well,
which is a shame. It's so exciting. I want to see what's more after this.
Don't be greedy.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
I'm actually curious what their time usage is like, because Shuyal has only used 4 minutes, even now.
Yeah, it seems like Simurg is like he's 7 minutes left. So
uncomfortable.
Wow,
in the
they have
position that they
almost
got.
20 minutes difference basically.
Sure,
20% is much trouble.
Yeah, sure is playing with so much confidence.
Yeah, Shuyal must be extremely comfortable with this opening to play that quickly.
Definitely. You mentioned that whose reading was really good. I assumed Simurg's reading was.
I mentioned Shuyal's reading was really good.
Shuyal's reading, yeah, it shows basically in this game.
It looks like Simurg started really thinking after move 18 when the pawn was dropped onto 2-8. They might have not seen this line before.
Oh,
I think that Talmarch likes to play this line.
Yes, it's a very popular line. So if you're not aware of this line, if you didn't study Yoko Fudori, just you shouldn't have went into Yoko Fudori, to say it harshly. Yeah, it's a very, very dangerous line that's very easy to mistake. One mistake, just over, yeah. But yeah, here's you see Santa has a little bit of breath. They drop 8 to pawn. That's a good move. Similarly to 2-8 pawn that we've dropped here. Yeah, drag the silver up. Make it less efficient to defend those squares. Yeah. Let me put different color. I think that's important. And then another cool move you can play in Yoko Fudori is like pawn drop here, threaten a promotion. If they take, you threaten a knight drop, something like this. Or pawn drop here to mess up the position.
This is crazy.
Crazy Tetsuji. So Shuyal decides to gold drop 3-8. That's a checkmate threat by rook drop, follow up by a silver drop. It's a surrounding move. And yeah, if you have such big piece advantage, it's a proper action, proper flow, how do I say? Proper approach in the end game. Yeah, you just directly attack the enemy king. You don't care about those pawns.
Your king is also safe.
We did get a few more moves. We can be at move 36. Oh, you're already on move 36. Okay, never mind. Sorry. I can't count.
Go back to kindergarten.
I need more sleep to, I need more sleep to be able to count.
Synchro, do you know anything about Yoko Fudori?
No, unfortunately not.
All right, we're both in the same boat then.
We're all blind here.
So this is the attempt at defending. I'm not sure if it's working. It's not working. There is a mate in 5 moves here.
Rook draw.
So it's not over yet, but one thing that we do every month is that some teams in the World Shogi League are really organized, and the USA Team 4 is probably one of the more organized teams out of all of us. And there was a lot of preparation done ahead of time. And I didn't know much about Krona beforehand, but Shyman specifically called him out as the most dangerous person in this entire round for Team USA 4. And now I see why I didn't expect it to be this one-sided.
Our
Yeah,
secret weapon.
We do lessons with Malaysia. We have a study group, and Krona always attends, always gives the correct answer. Very, very good reading, strong intuition.
He's the A student.
Yeah. Yes. And yeah, also, yeah, TT Shodan was it. Great result. So, whew, we're gonna see, in 1 month how high he will climb.
Did you think that players like this would just start showing up when you started doing the Tourney to Showdown tournaments?
No, but it has been like a trend going on, so it makes me really happy because it enables those people to grow. It enables them to test their strength against other people. Perhaps give them more confidence to continue with Shogi. So I'm really happy to have this result. Yeah.
Yeah, we're currently in season 5, so lots of exciting matches had happened.
When does the next season start?
After ESC, I will start registration, so it's in September, I believe.
We're in summer break.
Yes, always. I believe the break is also important thing to have. Yeah,
Gives
speaking
time to rank up.
economics, yeah, we also need certain finances to sponsor the pro games. Yeah, it's not free to play against pro, but also I believe it's like a break is necessary for both organizer and the players, because this tournament takes a lot of energy, right? You have to play 1 game per week. It might seem not much, but yeah, many people prepare, many people take it seriously. So it is very exhausting.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I like about the World Shogi League versus the Tourney to Showdown is that you have an entire month to play your game, basically. So you have a lot more freedom with how you manage your study time and in your preparation time. Whereas with the Tourney to Showdown, it seems like by design, it's just trying to get you to play like as much as possible. Like no matter what. So even if you're ready or not, so it's a very different experience, and it seems like that I think that tournament experience that Shuyol had is paying off right now because if he was preparing during it and he won all of his games, so I imagine he's preparing, and then extended that to going from preparing a whole bunch in 1 week to suddenly having a month to do it, then perhaps they had like this position on their board, like on their analysis board, like before they even started playing.
Yeah, it's a different thing. Also, WSL is a team tournament, so there is different type of pressure, different type of how do we say? Like it doesn't depend on you anymore, and you have to.
Yes.
You have to be a team player in this tournament, so it's a little bit different. And as you said,
it is a lot different. You need to execute on the role that's given to you as best as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And every single team has different strengths and weaknesses, and you just have to do the best that you can. Sometimes you're going to have to basically take a loss. You can't beat someone, but you have to do it for the team because if you're playing it, then you have better chances in the lower boards. Or in this case, it is a heroic board 3 taking over and getting them a nice win to even the playing field. And when we were doing our analysis ahead of time for what we think our most likely win condition is. We thought that this is the one we were most likely to lose, was the board 3, which is interesting because normally we have more troubles in our board 2. So a chrono showing up, a Shuyol showing up, and being extremely unrated is like basically a nightmare for us.
Yeah.
We don't have those sorts of players. So that's the big difference between USA 4, who's playing this year in Division D, versus USA 3, who was playing in last year, is that last year we had Lily to carry the team if we needed it. Whereas we don't have a Lily on... Chima doesn't have access to a Lily for Team 4. Instead, they've just got instead of like a really top-heavy board with some relatively solid middle and bottom boards, it's like just a consistent similar strength for all the boards, which I'm not sure what I prefer. Is having an awesome top board, Jen, really something that you would prefer? Or would you prefer to have 3 1-downs, for instance, instead of 1 5-down and then like you guys at the bottom?
Of course, we should think about improving ourselves. We would like to be more consistent overall, more stable, I think. But we work with what we have.
Yeah, this was all according to plan, in that we knew that if we lost this game, the game isn't over yet, so we can't technically say if the game is lost or anything. But we knew that if we lost this game, then we had a lot of confidence in Jinro and Nyroc to be able to take home the point. And if we do lose this game, that means that the final game will be the decisive one. Amazing. And it'll be between Nyroc and his editor, Jen. It's and that was done by purpose by Shimon. Shimon was thinking that he could go into the ring and take on Jen, but then decided that the opportunity was too good. The drama is just like writes itself if we just have you and Jen go against each other. In other words, Shimon is evil. He's making 2 friends battle each other to the death for no reason other than entertainment.
Tragic.
Still here, Time Zombie.
Yes, you are.
I think one of my personal favorite things about World Shogi League is just like those team dynamics, like the fact that certain teams are playing with different like balances to their players. Like we have a top heavy team with Lily, and Shimon has the very balanced team, and those differences are just kind of what makes it fun for me, especially with kind of deciding who plays in a certain round and going for the aiming for like a strategic play as well as the tactics of each individual shogi game over the course of the tournament.
Yeah, being the captain seems like it's kind of fun because you get to have like a fantasy football type scenario, except with shogi players.
It does feel like that, yes.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, Jen, you're a team captain. Do you have a lot of strategy when it comes to selecting which players to play for each month, or is it does it matter at all to you?
We don't really strategize much. We just see who is available and who's available to play, and just assign players according to the board. To the squad list there.
So whether or not we get our the floor wiped with us depends completely on factors unrelated to shogi at all.
Yes.
Amazing. This is one of the advantages of having a larger set of teams. For instance, the Team USA 5, I think, has 10 people on the roster. So you don't know who you're going to face. And for us, we have 6 people, I think, on our team, and you've got 5. Did you do any preparation beforehand, before you knew who we were going to pick?
We kind of had some plans. So we were expecting to So our board is pretty much firm, so we know who are we gonna face, kinda. I'm board 1, so I'm probably facing with Jinro or Nyroc, because Nyroc is board 1. If Nyroc doesn't play, then I'm playing Jinro. So that's how we prepare. And if Nyroc plays, then yeah, and yeah, it depends on who you pick.
Yeah, the ratings are so close that I can actually flip-flop the first 3 or 4 members of our team into any board order, basically, and still be within WSL rules.
Yeah, they only let you do that the first month, though. Or if you add someone new to the team, then they will seed you directly in based off of the rating.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, for those of you who don't know, there is something called the squad list, and that's the board order. That's the pool of players that you have and the order that you have to assign them in the board order. And you can move it around as long as each player is within 150 points of each other. Then you can shift people in the board orders. So someone who has a lower rating could actually be higher up if you think that they are going to be growing into a better player, or you could use them as a sacrificial lamb. I mean, there's lots of different ways that you could play it. And in our particular case, the ratings were so close together, like anyone could have played any board. You could have done any board order that you wanted, and you just happened to land on this specific board order that I had showed earlier in the stream. Was that an intentional choice by you, or did you just go by whatever people's ratings were?
Of course, when we registered it, we registered based on the ratings, our current ratings at the time. But now that Shua has grown so much, he's basically, I think, 1 dan strength right now. More than 1 dan strength, maybe.
I think that's kind of minus of having like 1 month long games, right? You can have someone like immediately change their rating.
Yeah, like Team USA last year was cheating. Not cheating. Yeah, sorry. With Lily there.
I had myself as board 2. However, it appears that WSL has taken it to put Jinro above me in the squad list. So that's not how I set up the squad list.
They changed it?
Yeah, apparently they did.
What? We were following the rules. Why?
I don't know.
More cheating by the USA team.
Wow, how do we contest that? We've been following the rules the whole time, and now they're changing stuff. They're so now that they're removing your power as captain to select who you want.
Wow.
By the way, I think we should get back to the game. I think Shuya missed his
Simurg
move.
Is now in Byoyomi. Simurg is now in Byoyomi, so the moves are going to start coming in pretty fast once it's Simurg's turn.
I think from this point, yeah, maybe this go move wasn't the best move.
Yeah, so let me point out first how it was made before. Like this.
And then, yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, so here we started playing quite still interesting moves. This was almost a Hishi. This gold, as Jen mentioned, yeah, it looks a little bit obvious because gold takes, and we really cannot take this lance. So better, I think, would be to sacrifice this horse, rather. Maybe with the idea of exposing this king. For example, if you make a mistake, you could have checkmated it.
With the gold drop, and you're still enough.
Yeah, if the king will have to go here, and you can chase it around a little bit. I don't know if it's mate or not. But it looks quite dangerous. Yeah, this is like kinda
So I can't blame them, because the situation that Shio is in right now, it's extremely high pressure. He knows that a lot of people are spectating them right now. You can see the list of spectators. There is, how many people are watching this game right now on stream? There's like about 30 people, and then there's an additional 14 people who are watching it live. And you know that you have to win this game. That is the only way that they can win the round. And that's a lot of pressure to put into someone when they know they're winning.
Alexei is saying that rook drop is quicker. Yeah.
Rook
That
drop.
also
They have
makes
to
sense.
block.
Yeah, and then you take, promote. If they go here, it's made. But I guess just the court. Am I missing something?
Or 8 gold.
Yeah, I mean this is also possible. Simply chasing it away, but again, it goes here. Yeah. Anyway. Yes, this is also possible. Yeah. But what we have is the horse. Yeah, we sacrificed the bishop. The horse went away, and now we had the chance to add the attacker. Remember, previously I mentioned the fact that we couldn't add the attacker was the problem. Now we have 2 of them. We took the knight, but yeah, Chrono is still attacking with the gold drop, which is checkmate in 1.
Threatening to
situation.
checkmate.
So the variation that Alexei gave,
saying...
yeah. So sorry, there is a delay. So when you're responding, then we've already moved on. It's really difficult to interact with chat in real time, which is why I'm monitoring it while the commentators are talking.
This is the move that Alexei was talking about. Yes, it would be checkmate indeed. So yeah, it's a checkmate, yeah. So Chrono had some chances here, but now it's becoming the mud fight. We don't know who's going to win anymore, basically.
The butter has spread on Chrono's hand. Can't grip the knife properly. Keeps slipping.
I think what might be happening is because of the significant time difference. He might be feeling some sort of pressure to play quickly. Because of that large time difference is possibly why Shulial is missing some potential good moves, because they have a significant amount of time left, but they're not using it. So that's one of the things about this long time control is you have to be very disciplined in making sure you use it when it's important, and don't play too quickly, regardless of whether or not you still have good moves or are winning.
Yes. So I noticed this happens in younger players. They lose concentration because they get bored so easily, because they require how do I say this, stimulants to keep them interested. So long time controllers are not that good for teenagers.
Yeah,
that's true. But hey, that's something they have to master when they want to.
If they can master that, then it's very
Another thing that we need to keep in mind is that right now it is 11 p.m. Almost in Malaysia, and right now Simurg is in the East Coast United States, where it is almost 11 a.m. So it's a 12-hour time difference. This is the same sort of time difference that I have when I play people in Europe, where Shogi Harbour is, and it is really difficult when you're on the nighttime end of things and your opponent's in the morning. So the longer the game goes, the more tired you get and the more energy your opponent gets. So the fatigue could be setting in at this point.
I see. So your plan as a streamer was to delay the stream as much as possible so that...
No, my whole plan was that I wanted everyone to find some sort of time where everyone could stream on this, everyone can play their game on the same day, and I could not have to wake up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. or something. But I'm the only person on the West Coast, so I had to take one for the team and start the stream super ridiculously early.
But you didn't sleep anyways, so...
I didn't sleep at all, actually. I don't trust myself to wake up. No, there was too much stuff to do.
Yeah, we were so busy preparing since like few hours ago.
Yeah, everything came together at the literally like the last minute, and I was setting up everything, and it just so happened that I think we got pretty much everything except for the audio balancing, everything together at the last moment, and it's all thanks to Jen helping out and the commentators like carrying everything. It's always chaos before we do this stuff. You would not believe how difficult it is to plan the logistics for an event like this.
Even the planning like took 2 weeks to confirm the date.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe I'll show it a little bit later, but there's not a good tool for scheduling people to make an event stream friendly. You want if we did all 3 people, we want a 6-hour block of time where everyone's available, and then where each player who needs to show up for the stream, they need to both be mutually available in 2-hour time blocks. And that's a lot of constraints, and there's no tool that I know of that allows you to optimally schedule everyone to make the event work. So I have to do all that stuff by hand, and it requires a lot of back and forth, and people get confused with time zones. It is a total nightmare. I wish it on no one. I didn't realize that event coordinator is a real job, and it's hard. It's super hard.
Yeah.
It's definitely even harder when you're managing literally across the entire globe and a bunch of other things, and yeah.
This is why in TT series we ask people to do it themselves.
Yeah,
Smart
but the difference
move
is that
there.
we're trying to cover everything live. People like to watch live stuff, and unfortunately, we couldn't even get all the games on the same date live.
Yeah, Nyroc had to vote today, so he was tired. I think he's tired.
Nyroc works on Saturdays, and he's got Sundays and Mondays off. So he's going to play on his Monday, I think. Is that what the deal is, or when are you guys going to play?
Tomorrow.
Now it seems like that game might matter. So I should probably stream that so that we can cover that and splice it all together into a giant VOD that we can post on YouTube.
It's in
a bit of a title match, possibly.
It's in a few hours, I think. 3 a.m. UTC tomorrow.
Stop burying my boy, man.
Oh.
You still got just here.
So 3 a.m. UTC. Let me use a time zone converter.
This game is getting really close in the background. Huya is seemingly starting to make mistakes. Simurg now rebuilds his castle, which is quite beautiful. He has the uncored pawn. He now puts the pressure on the horse. He escaped with the horse. There was an option to like completely leave it and try to surround the king from the other direction, but yeah.
I think there's not enough pieces for Shuya.
Sente might be getting a little bit better move by move. Now we are attacking the rook.
So the final game is going to be played between Jen and Nyroc. It's going to be 12 hours from now. And I don't want to end stuff on a cliffhanger. And I was thinking that you were going to play off stream and then we wouldn't do commentary. But yeah, that's just. I feel like we have to stream it if it ends up being a 1-1 tie after 2 games.
I think we should concentrate on commenting this game first.
Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it because I mean we don't even know. We don't even know if it's gonna end up that way because you're saying that it's actually turning around a little bit.
I'm saying we're doing event about the game that we're talking about making event about the next game, and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, once you get to rebuild the castle, it gets so hard to reorient your attacking forces.
Yeah.
God, I heard the Jew on the.
Yeah. I was like, It was delay 81 dojo allows. I think it allows it to be delay if you select the piece.
So if you move when you hear Jew, you should be okay. But
Mods ban that person.
Yeah, they're working on it.
Times of is like mods ban them.
If anyone asks if I want to be famous and buy followers, primes, just if you're a mod, just ban them.
Do you want to be famous?
If they're, I don't care if they are literally someone on our team who is saying it as a joke, because those because their account could be actually hacked, and that could be them seriously trying to spam us. So ban them anyway, and then if they ask for forgiveness afterwards, you can unban them later. Just use a heavy hand.
Well, the only thing that Santa needs to be careful now is Nifu. Oh, that's interesting.
I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, me neither. That's a little bit too calm of a play for this opening. Wow. Okay.
It's like a defensive move, right?
Yeah,
because
but
he wants
now
to cover
you give
that
away
3-8.
the initiative, which is the scary part. The gold on the 6, this one, now is very weak against lance drops because pound drop is impossible, right?
Yeah, just to need to be careful about Nifu there.
Yeah. And if you take this guy, you cannot really retake it with the gold because it opens up this. I cannot. It opens up this line. It's now protected, but pound drop would be strong follow up. And silver takes, enables the dragon, so quite scary.
Still close here, very close.
Lance drop would be quite scary.
Your most recent stream about Endgame talked about using generals for defense. Is this a good use of the defense based on the Endgame principles that you teach on your stream?
That's a weird question for this position. This for example, this gold drop was a really good example of like dropping a piece, repairing your castle by dropping a piece. But this silver was less of so, I believe. Because you need to keep the balance between attack and defense. Center ran out of attacking pieces a little bit, I believe. Especially this silver, is far away from the castle. Now created a wall. Yeah, it basically it has little to do with my endgame streams, but
the king is safe, but enclosed in a tomb.
Yeah, something like this. So now activating the dragon would give win to Gote. Whenever it's this or this way, I don't know which is better. Probably lance.
I think lance, yeah, because you add one more piece to the attack. Oh no.
No, it was okay because if they drop a pawn, okay, they could drop it here actually. Like we can take this at any time, which is gonna be quite forceful, yeah. Opening up the dragon. Perhaps if we take with the gold, opening up the horse. Silver takes, open up this knight drop.
Yeah, it's looking really very dangerous.
Yeah, so gold takes, and here we have to question ourselves: do we take it with the dragon or the lance?
I would take with the dragon.
Yeah, dragon brings your pieces closer to your king. But now, yeah, I mean, gold drop here, probably sacrifice, so it's okay. We could bring the lance here to like finish it off, honestly. You can drop the pawn maybe in defense still.
This horse is looking very very limiting to the king because now it's blocked. It can't escape here.
Yeah.
Unless...
For example, knight drop would be really good because the horse will be forced to move, and then you can sacrifice this. Okay, let's say move here. Yeah, then you can drop gold and take it here. Yeah, if it stays here, maybe pound drop again to block the horse. The horse, even though it's here, it doesn't have the defense because it becomes a target himself, kind of.
Yeah.
One idea, what if the horse moves here instead of gold drop?
Then you're gonna lose the horse by take gold drop, king takes, and the horse is taken. You have the bishop drop here. it would be a mate almost in that case. Because again, we're not adding defender, we're just relocating them.
True.
So this length is probably better than the knight drop because even going here will
can
allow
take
us. Yeah, so it's a little bit more forceful.
And it's also surrounding the king.
Yeah, but the idea is to move this horse and then take this gold, I believe. I mean, actually, you know what? We can take this and still drop the knight, or just drop the knight. It doesn't matter at this point. The idea is to remove the defender of this square. That's the only job, the fastest way to attack this position, basically. On drop, I expect takes, and then you go. Or knight drop. Yeah, knight drop would be even better, perhaps. Something like this, take this, go in. Yeah, the problem is the king will be escaping here. So this is why the proper way to like remove the defender is necessary. So that when king runs here, you have some way to surround it. The other way is to like go slower, but then you remove that defender, yeah? So this is why probably he didn't want to do that. Yeah, so this is why instead of like take, when the king has the escape route, we rather block it off with the knight. Yeah, this is great move. Here we can take here or drop the pawn. Continue attacking. Yeah, very natural follow-up from Chrono here.
It's looking very spicy. It has 3 attackers.
Yes. Oh, sorry, I clicked.
Yeah.
Yes, 3 attackers.
Sente doesn't have anything on Gote here.
So the last problem we have, even if we take, drop, run, take, we don't have diagonal pieces to finish it off. So that's the last problem that Chrono has to solve. We could technically drop a pawn here and go slower. No, we're just going in. All right.
I think the game is over now.
One question is, how about knight sacrifice here?
Very close to over.
And then, yeah, that's also a good move. The king, yeah,
Because,
if king takes the gold falls, if the gold takes the gold falls, so it would be also
king
really great
takes,
move.
then you can take the gold here.
But again, the king would become a little bit wide around here. It's still, I think it's still enough. It's just a matter of, you know, what's better.
Yeah.
Chrono is very winning here. Ah, yes, I'm blind. All right, so the knight is here, as you mentioned. So gold drop, king runs, take here. The knight will be able to kind of support the attack. So we could drop something here, support the attack or something. It would be a mate.
We just got a resignation, so you can go to the very end now.
Gold drop. King runs.
He dropped the knight in
Dragon
the knife.
take.
That makes it so much simple, yeah.
Oh wait, isn't this just...
Yeah, because it's the knight, it's much easier. I was thinking land.
Yeah.
But yeah, even with lands, that's gonna...
And he resigned here.
Ikenryu.
Thank you so much, Simon.
Thank you, Simon.
Yes, thank you so much for being the
Kiroku.
Person performing the job that is definitely going to be completely automated and is completely unappreciated. It's so tedious because you want to actually focus on the game and get lost in the excitement of it, but you can't. You have to be a mindless drone and copy moves from one website to another. So I usually end up doing it myself because when other people do it, it's easy to get distracted and just get lost in the position. and stop doing it, and then I have to take over again. But you guys were fantastic, both you, Shogi Harbour, and you, Shyman. You never skipped a beat. Like, it was always perfect.
So should we invite
much.
them to the study?
Yeah, we definitely study and the
Yeah,
voice chat, right?
I can't. Are they? So they're
Yeah.
actually reviewing in there. Did you already give the offer for coming on to stream if you wanted?
I can grab Chrono.
Hello, Chrono.
I don't. Hi, Chrono.
Hello.
Hello.
Very low as usual.
As usual, yeah.
Impressive game.
You missed Atsume, you know about this, right?
Yeah, I definitely got careless a few times. Yeah.
GG.
Did you see it right after it happened?
Yeah, I saw a lot of lines that I regretted not playing after I played my moves.
So, apparently, I believe we had a prediction in chat for how we thought things were going to go, and a minority of the chat thought that you were going to win. It was a 41% chance that you would win, but
minority, really.
It was a minority, yeah, and it was not that way at all. Like, no confidence. It was like so one-sided for such a long time. I was very impressed.
Yeah, I think he was unfamiliar with the line, and like, wait, can you see me changing
Yes.
the box?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is bad, right? Normally you just
Yeah.
take this,
Yeah.
I think normally I'm
normally
moving the
you,
pieces. Yeah, you move the
put
rook,
it, yeah, right.
and then
one
you,
drop.
and then yeah, and then
Yeah.
take.
Then
So
silver here, right? Wait, no, silver here.
yeah, there are many silver like
Yeah,
here, or even here. So your opponent went off the Joseki, and I think you handled it really well. You made a check here, which forced them to redrop your gold, and then you just got it back. So basically, you were piece advantage, general advantage here.
Yeah, actually, I almost lost immediately here because I wanted to play this.
Oh
and
no,
I didn't see this. I didn't for a
Yeah.
long time. I didn't see this was a thing.
So
So,
this is
yeah.
like one of those fastest ways you can lose in Yoko Fudori. So
Oh
it's
my
a line
God.
that you need to know, yeah. And later you did really well. Here I've taught you have the rook drop as well.
Yeah. Wait, what did I play?
You played knight.
Can you
Knight 6/6.
You
Oh.
played. I mean, knight is
Yeah.
cool, but it's kind of slows you down. And here you drop the gold, which is interesting. Here you had a mate.
Yeah. Yeah, from here, like, I think I was overcomplicating things way too much.
Yeah, so when you're winning like this, it is important. I know it sounds silly to say it out loud, but it's important to keep the things simple.
Yeah.
So this is quite a complex move. It was still
Yeah.
winning though. According to Alexei, here you had a mate.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that was another winning line. So it wasn't too bad. It's just that this move
Yeah, I
made
regretted that. I regretted that.
That
a lot.
move
Yeah,
was sus.
I
Yeah.
regretted that a lot. Actually, here, I was thinking also. Yeah, wait. Let me see.
Like just taking it, I think it was good too.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah. And then you just chase him away into oblivion and then maybe take the silver. Maybe that wasn't the worst. But yeah, you had Sume, so. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to explain why this is better. It's just a matter of calculation, right? Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Later, you played this and this, which means you calm down, which was good. And it became weird. Yeah.
Yeah, I got really scared for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't sure who's winning anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you give them too many pieces, this king might be in danger. But also they have like huge defense. Silver drop here was giving you some reassurance. I was surprised that Simurg played this one, which
I thought he
beat
would
the
take
wall.
the 17th pawn.
Yeah, and this lance drop was perfect. Yeah, you're exposing this bottom pawn to your advantage. You activate your dragon. This was perfect.
It's
and here,
sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Here, indeed, if you remove this horse, you're winning. Basically.
Yeah, I just went for the horse. Yeah.
Yeah, Jen.
Oh, I was gonna say the lance was Tetsuji against goal on the pawn bottom goal.
Yes. It was perfectly timed, perfect lance usage. Yes.
GG, congratulations. You have brought honor to your family, and we are tied 1-1.
Luckily, I didn't lose, or else I would have gotten disowned, I think.
Sorry?
I'm pretty sure I would have gotten disowned if I lost,
disowned.
Right?
Yeah, and actually, when I was doing background research on you guys, it seemed like you guys had never played each other before. I couldn't find any game history on any of 81 Dojo. So, had you played Simurg before?
No, I didn't.
So when you're playing someone who is known as an all-rounder, and you've never played them before, and you're trying to prepare against them, well, what is your strategy?
Of course, you look through all his past games, right? Normally, I just focus on games which his opponent played, like similar openings to me. So I found out when he was Sente, he would go for Yokofudoris. So so I knew that if he was Sente, he might play Yokofudori. So I just brushed up on my lines. Yeah.
Nice.
Paid off.
See, look at how our A student studies. He focuses on the important stuff, removes everything else.
Yeah, so that is the thing, is that if your opponent knows like your accounts, they can see your past games, they can try to find weaknesses in your play and exploit it. This is very different from just playing random people in 81 Dojo. These are people that are out to get you, and you took full advantage of it. I'm very impressed.
That's how I want to game, because I just looked at everyone's games.
Yeah, so now you did your job. Like, this was all like planned in advance by you guys, I'm sure, thinking that you're going to carry the team. And now Jen needs to beat Nyroc on Border Fight.
I need to buck up on my efforts tomorrow.
I believe.
Yeah, we believe.
Okay, well, we've been streaming for about 4 hours, 3.5 hours now, actually. I think that we originally planned on streaming another 40 minutes, so we can continue analyzing this game for a little bit longer, and then we need to talk about the future. What happens next in the game
future.
3? Yeah, like, we could start making plans now, because we were talking about how we shouldn't make plans while the game was still ongoing. Well, the game's over. We can make plans now.
Sure.
So, I was, first of all, I do want to say that I was impressed with the speed that Shogi was playing on. Like, you used up almost no time in the opening.
Oh yeah, what's the secret?
I've been quite busy for the past few weeks, so I don't have time for long games. So I normally just play a few like blitz, like 5+0 games, like Shogi Quest and stuff. So I just gotten used to like
the blitz
moving. Yeah, the blitz.
Got it.
The blitz speed.
Oh, okay. That's actually a bad habit in World Shogi League normally. But I guess by playing all the blitz games, it does make you drill those like Joseki patterns into your brain, especially really sharp lines.
And especially like niche lines. Yeah, if you keep repeating them, you like you naturally memorize everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now that you have taken the point and you can relax now, how do you think Jen's chances are against Nyroc Tsurushino? I'm sure you've been strategizing.
100%.
100%.
No doubt.
Win rate.
No
Yeah.
doubt. 100%
Nyroc's got to look out. He's got to look out.
No doubt.
Okay, so I want to thank you for agreeing to play at this hour. I know it's getting pretty late where you are. Like probably it's getting is it like almost midnight? It's like 11:20 or something where you are?
Yeah, it's 11:20 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
no problem. You guys like spend so much time and effort organizing this event. I really want to thank you guys.
Yeah. And if you ever like play any of the American teams again, we could do something like this all over again. It's a lot of fun to do this sort of thing. And if you play like anyone who's watching this in the World Shogi League and you would like to do a collaboration like this, you can get into contact with us and we can potentially set up something like this if we can deal with all the time zone issues. I was really surprised by how complicated it is to try to arrange stuff with people across the world on a weekend.
Yeah, join the Shogi Harbour Discord and see you there.
Yeah. And now that the game is over, do you have any like thoughts about the game and where do you have any regrets about how you prepared, or do you think that everything was perfect? Obviously, the result was good for you, but it seems like you started slipping a little bit. Is it because of the blitz sort of games you've been playing that made you overlook a simple sume?
Yeah, I kind of lost touch with my calculations, like long calculations and stuff.
We actually, I was speculating it was because it was getting late and you might be getting tired.
No. It's just because I haven't been playing.
Ah, okay. So the fact that you've made it this much progress, even if you haven't been playing a lot, is still really impressive. Guys, that commentators here, Synchro, you're still around, right?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Chrono, and if there's anything that you wanted to say, like about his play, and Shyman as well?
I mean, I think you guys played great. My only suggestion is to you were playing a bit quickly, so just make sure that, especially in positions that are close to mate, you just spend a little bit extra time, because like you ended with 10 minutes left, and I think at the time you had a missed mate, you still had like 20 minutes, so there's no good reason to be playing that quickly. Especially in like a World Shogi game. But I mean, if that's my only suggestion, that just shows how well you played overall. So, good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I pretty much just have the same comments. I thought everybody played really well today. I thought the games were very entertaining to watch, both sets. We saw some nice castle busting in the first game, and then we saw whatever Tokufudori is in the second game. Not my cup of tea personally in the shogi, but it's always nice to see the wild tactics getting thrown around right from the very start of the game.
Yeah, and I know that Simmerg, I don't think is with us right now, but is there anything that you wanted to say to Simmerg about the game today? I thought that he did a good job of trying to hang on, despite how badly the opening result was.
Well, it was definitely close. I think there might have been even chances towards when he had the bishop drop and promoted on 6-3. I think that maybe there might have been some more chances for a turnaround there, but I think it was extremely resilient play to weather the storm as well as he did. And even the castle towards the middle game there, if we're saying whatever constitutes the Yokufudori middle game, was was ended up being actually quite resilient for the situation.
And as the team
played very well.
As the team captain, what do you think the big lesson here is to learn about not being able to clinch out the match point in the first 2 games?
Oh, the hardest thing to do is win a 1 game, or really, I mean, we always knew that Shoal was going to be a very strong opponent. You know, looking at it like, you know, it was the first match point, it's sort of irrelevant. I mean, these games could have been played in any order. You know, if Nyroc beats Jen tomorrow and this game didn't mean anything, I think, you know, even if the result was the same, you have to wait till all the games are played. It's not like tennis where you have like match point. The games are independent, and you sort of need to treat it as such a little bit.
That's a very mature way of looking at it, because from my perspective, I feel like the anyone who has like a do or die scenario placed onto them, the nerves can get to them, and it might make it much more unpleasant to play, and they might make mistakes they wouldn't have normally made.
Yeah, like Nyroc. Nyroc could have woke up on the wrong side of the bed and mismade. could happen.
It's true, but I mean, it's all just shogi. You've got to play it 1 game at a time. You know,
Yes.
It doesn't. You know, how you play your game doesn't matter about how other people play other games.
Yeah. And as for how to fix this stuff in the future, it seems like one of the things we might want to be developing is spotting possible holes in our repertoires, because our opponents are very diligent. They're going to start finding them, it seems like. Secret training. No comment. Secret training.
At the end of the day, I mean, there's Josuke preparation will only get you so far, especially in amateur games.
True.
Well, I don't know. Maybe
you have to play the game. You have to win. You know, you have to find the moves. Eventually, that in a pro level, maybe shogi can be won or lost into joseki, but for us amateurs, I think I will take people who are I would take somebody who knew no joseki but was very strong tactically over someone who was a joseki expert and didn't have as strong tactics.
As somebody who's very fond of joseki myself, I will say that both are important. I mean, I think this game, if you look closely at the beginning, the strong advantage that Shuyal took was because of the joseki. It was like one misplay, and then all of a sudden he had like a significantly significant advantage based on pieces and kind of the attack strength. So I completely agree with you in that both are important, but I think in this particular game, just one joseki misstep or just one misstep in general did kind of swing the advantage in one way or another. So
it swung the advantage, but even in that, even at this sort of amateur dom level play, you don't really see. I mean, it still wasn't even a knockout even in this game, although it certainly could have been. But I mean, there's always chances,
Yeah, there's always chances. Shuyal almost made in one.
Just make sure you're prepared a little bit better than your opponent, and you will be fine.
Yeah, make less mistakes.
I have a question for Shyman. What would you have done if the 5-dan was playing? Would you have made any different choices for board lineups and who would be playing?
It likely would have been very similar. I likely would have also sent Nyroc out on the first board. It's also possible. I mean, it would have just depended on how people were feeling about playing against 2160's repertoire. We might have had a few options of switching it around, but this is a pretty strong lineup. And to be honest, the lineup question is almost irrelevant because I can basically send out anybody and get a relatively equal strength on our team.
Yeah.
It's pretty all right.
Okay. And I'm the one thing that I'm really thinking about right now, that just as long as people are watching, is what is the final game, because we've already played the first 2 games, and we need to start looking forward. That game is going to be played in 11.5 hours from now at 8 p.m. my time, Pacific. I think that might be a little late for everyone here. It's going to be the middle of the night for Europe, and Jen's going to be playing, obviously. And Shyman, are you and Synchro, are you guys around? I don't know. Is that super late for you? Do you think you might be interested?
It's not that late for me. It's just
I could probably be around.
the start of the night. Yep.
Okay.
But
well,
then
in that
I won't
case,
be around for commentary, and I don't think I would be streaming because I'll be playing.
yes. So don't stream your game. If you want, you can record your face cam so that we can get your reactions pulled in
Okay.
later. But other than that, don't even worry about that if you don't want to.
Yeah.
The main thing is that the streaming does not affect the results of the match, because it needs to be like fair. We can't have an unfair advantage by like forcing you to like mess up your sleep schedule and start blundering all over the place. But I think that we can actually cover it, and we can get the final conclusion to all this. We can't just end today on a cliffhanger and then wait 2 weeks for the YouTube video to come out or whatever. So I'm thinking that right now, if you guys are watching at 3 a.m. UTC, they're going to be playing. We're going to be covering it live, and I think that's probably a normal time in Japan.
Yes, it's 11 in Japan.
Yeah,
so
and
12.
It's a relatively early time on the West Coast U.S. and so as long as you're not in Europe, I think you might be able to make this time. And if you show up, you're going to see some absolute craziness. It's going to be Nyroc, who is an Urashino specialist, who has been going to shogi dojos and beating up all the local competition over there. This has been my personal dream for a very long time. I've read a guy's blog of someone who did this. He went to Japan as a clumsy foreigner who couldn't speak any Japanese and could barely make his way to the shogi dojo. People thought he was lost when he showed up there, and instead would show up and just beat everyone. And that's what Nyroc is doing right now. So he's getting like intense Japanese training with his Urashino, and I can't wait to see when he unleashes it on Jienjien.
Oh man!
And it's going to be live, and it sounds like Synchro and Shyman and I are going to be covering that as it's happening. And I can't wait to see it. I think that Nyroc is really getting a lot better than he was even just recently while he was streaming. And I think that he's going to totally wipe the floor with jienjien.
No,
that's my opinion. That's my opinion.
I'll
do you have more confidence? Do you have more confidence in yourself, jienjien? You shouldn't, because we need the point.
What the?
We need the point. Give this to us, Jen.
I'm tempted to give you the point, but I must protect my team.
You're his video editor, man. You got to be his support buddy. You know, like don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Oh man, true, but we'll see. There's a saying.
I gotta ask you.
There's a saying.
What do you care more about?
The better man wins, right?
I'm saying you gotta choose. You gotta choose friendship or your country. Are you? Do you care about your friends, or are you a patriot? That's the hard choice you have to make.
I am not much of a patriot, but yeah.
I guess Nyroc could choose to not fight, but yeah, this is basically that episode of Star Trek where Captain Kirk has to fight Spock.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that episode? Yeah,
no,
that's what's happening.
I've never seen any Star Trek.
What? Okay, everyone else knew what I was talking about, right? Or am I the only person that understands Star Trek?
You're the only Trekkie here.
No!
I only know the Next Generation.
Sorry, that's a Star Wars quote.
Yeah, Star Trek. Yeah, yeah. Captain Clark or Kirk or Kirk.
Captain Clark.
Okay, so I want to order that pizza finally and get stuff to eat. Jienjien is going to need to sleep. Everyone else that wants to do the commentary should probably be getting some sleep. Shout outs to everyone who was here. Do any of you guys stream besides Shogi Harbour and jienjien? Synchro, do you still stream sometimes?
No, I do not.
You do
not
not.
anytime recently, no.
You're just the backup streamer, maybe.
I am,
eventually.
yes.
And Shyman also too busy to stream, so we will unfortunately not see them. But I'm still going to be streaming the event, and we spent all that time with making the overlays and stuff. I can just reuse this. So now, who is available for a raid? Is anyone streaming Shogi?
You could raid the Living Sun.
The Living Sun.
Or you could raid Anna Maya because she did stream.
Anna Maya. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. We're gonna raid Anna Maya, who recently got a lesson from Shogi Harbour. We can go give our love to them. If you are not already following me, please give a follow and turn on notifications. And also to Shogi Harbour and jienjienShogi. And join the Shogi Harbour Discord and the Tourney to Showdown tournaments. They're great, and it's a similar experience to what you can get to playing in the World Shogi League. Thanks again for showing up live to this, especially Lily, who had to wake up extremely early to show up to this. I was shocked.
She went to sleep already.
Yeah. And also to Synchro and Shyman, who had to wake up early, even though it's not 5 a.m. early. They still had to wake up earlier than they're used to.
They should, yeah.
Show up to these events. Thank
you, Time Zombie.
I just want to say that I can't wait to see what happens in the last round. And this was basically the event. This was the big event that I've been looking forward to all year, and I don't think we're going to be able to top it. And I'm glad that we're all here together.
I'm glad we can manage to pull this stream off.
It was amazing.
The posters, the commentators, and the games. Wow.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have so much fun video editing and uploading all this stuff.
You know what? Maybe we should do something similar for the TT series as well.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
But imagine the production value.
You'd have to. It actually think it'd be easier because there's a whole bunch of people that could just say, "Hey, if you just agree to show up at these time slots, then you can actually be on stream and we'll analyze your games like live and do like crazy commentary. All you have to do is show up on a post-game interview and make sure that you have a good mic. And there's enough players that you could do it.
Yep.
So yeah, that would be way easier. That solves all our time zone issues. So I'm liking this idea.
And then the players actually plan their own schedules.
Yeah. For now, like everyone on stream, like we're gonna be talking in the special stream chat, for now. But yeah, bye.
Thank you for coming. Bye bye.
Thank you. Okay,